試合を観察すれば発見があるかも。すごく強い相手と当たったらリプレイを保存しておくといいですよ。お腹が鳴って、あ、いえ、なんでもないです。リプレイ機能は活用してますか？苦手な相手の試合を観察すれば発見があるかも。
it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we're back with the onlines. It's been a minute. We missed last week because of crossover. Had a couple last minute fires to put out before the event, but I think overall it was definitely worth it. I know it was short notice, so I'm sorry about that, but we're back. I'm very, very, very excited. Oh, we already got a donation to the matcherino before I got to shout it out. Let's go. Speaking of the matcherino, let me peep it real quick. You guys already know the deal. We got we have a matcherino, we have stretch goals, we have codes. Claim the codes. Visit the link in chat. It'll take you to this page. Click that blue claim code button. Put 25 free cents into the pot. At 150 top 4 it gets paid out, 320 top 6, 660 top 8. We have a phenomenal track record of hitting top 4 payout, and I would love to keep that going, especially post crossover, where we had a massive prize pool. I think Granblue was $3,500 or something like that, 3,600 total, which is not bad. But as you guys already know, we have a special guest commentator. I saw people already asking in the chat. Very excited. On with Virium and Raphtx. I'm going to turn it over to them and get our first couple of stream matches.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. You know, burning the midnight oil. It is currently just gone midnight here, but I am awake, alive. I've had my tea, and I'm very excited to be commentating some North American Granblue. It feels like it's been, well, first of all, I've never done it online, and second of all, it's been a while since I've even done commentary offline for the American scene, so definitely looking forward to it. And this is the first time we've worked together, Raph.
It's true. I mean, we were part of that 2019 All-Star team back at Evolution, which was a fantastic time. Sorry, 2020, excuse me. I'm mixing up our finals. 2022, yeah. There's too many great events that I'm just in my mind, but that was a fantastic experience being part of that squad there, as Maverick deemed us the Dragon Knights. That was sick. But unlike an American, I'm with my Coca-Cola at a crisp 7 p.m. Central Time, so I'm staying up my way, which I don't drink soda often, but today is a special day. We got some great Granblue 51 folks here after a great weekend of Granblue passed with crossover arc, like Imp said, and also the Arc World Tour Finals. So it has just been nonstop action for this game, and there's so much more to go with next week, April 2nd, the big day, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's not even including, of course, the relatively recent announcement of Granblue returning to the Arc World Tour, and it's going to be having loads and loads of major events across the world. We're going to have events, of course, in North America, Japan, Europe, hopefully even South America, Oceania as well. Just there's going to be a lot of Granblue action coming up in the future. It's definitely a very exciting time for Rising, exciting time to get into the game and really get stuck in.
Absolutely. I mean, when I saw that they announced it for the World Tour again, and it's like, yeah, we're going to have the Side Games Tour, but we're doing Arc World Tour. It's like, Mom, lets you have 2 World Tours? What fighting game does that? And that's just the fun of Rising. They want as many people to be able to play it and compete with it worldwide as possible. So it's really a treat. I mean, we got a little bit of sample again of the international with the World Finals last weekend, seeing the 2 players from Europe, and then the 3 from Japan, the 2 that had qualified at the Side Games Cup Special, and then the 1 from Last Chance Qualifier, right? So I'm excited to see more of that international action, because there's great communities all over the world. I know a lot of eyes are put on North America and Japan, but with Europe and South America, and even the places you don't think to look at. I mean, look at the winner of Strive from our World Tour Finals from Senegal. Africa has the killers and the players that you don't know about that you can really take a time to check them out and see, and you'll be impressed by the level of skill across the globe.
Yeah. International competition was definitely the thing I wanted to see the most when it came to Granblue. It was definitely something that obviously due to various circumstances didn't really have the chance to flourish. We had events like Evo, obviously, to the major one, but beyond that there wasn't too much in terms of intermingling of communities at offline events. Now, of course, we have the opportunity for that to be so much more, thanks to, of course, the combination of rollback netcode as well as the various offline events that could be happening throughout the world. I definitely want to see American players traveling to European events.
I'm traveling this year. I am.
Excellent.
I'm going to UFA for sure.
Excellent.
There's so many UFA, Clash of the Olympians, Brussels Challenge. There's so many great options there. Speaking of great, we got our first match setting up here. It's Closer versus CD Versus. It's going to light things up with Grimnir versus 6. Let's go.
The triple hair clash. Definitely not something that you see there.
Okay, we're getting real like Hokuto no Ken over here. I appreciate that. But as expected, 6 already has pressure in the corner, although Closer fighting their way out. Give him some space here, resetting back to the mid-screen, finding some damage.
Using the triple attack low to open them up. But again, the clashes in the air. Both these two trying to engage mid-air in the battles.
Everyone always says Granblue is such a grounded fighter. Well, here we are. The air is fair play. But CD Versus already finds the first significant hit they need here. Doesn't get the full completion on the combo, but at least has a life lead.
Finding some space, returning back to the mid-screen. That is something that Grimnir can do, making use of those sigils to fly back to the center of the stage.
Yeah, I love seeing this character explored more. Definitely really fun to watch and very unique amongst the cast, but 6 making quick work to finish that round with a nice confirm there. CD Versus takes the lead.
Closing out the round, keeping it nice and simple. Right, Closer finding that opening with the 6XL, of course. Nice. Uses the throw that time. Ready for the Thunder Flash. Didn't trigger it there.
Yeah, stop the projectile just short, which interesting way to do it. Didn't get a punish off of it, but it forced CD Versus to still have to wait patiently. And a big lead for Closer, although there's the Raging Strike.
Oh, chooses not to spend that last BP to break through and gonna take a load of damage. A ton of corner carry as well. Situation. Nice shimmy, and that is probably going to be the round.
Oh yeah, even without Skybound Art, just that amount of extensions and damage that 6 has in the corner, especially with just 2 of the X's available, it can easily amount to just 40% plus no problem, especially with that 1 BP. Closer finding some small hits, leading up in the way, but just never really being able to cash out with any ultimates, or finding that corner confirm that would really give them the big damage that they would look for.
Closer was having just a little bit of a hard time kind of engaging properly in the mid-range. Those jumps are working out right now. Goes for the Raging Chain extension.
Ooh. Okay, forces out a break counter. And now, there's just, again, finding all that corner pressure into the EX fireball and just pressing Closer further and further to the corner. And Grimnir does have a reversal ultimate DP, but it's still like, it's scary, especially against 6 trying to go for reversals like that.
Yeah. SBA going to close it out. Probably didn't even need it there. Could have gone for just a triple attack the second hit, but wanted to be sure. And Versus now 1 round away, advancing in the bracket.
Yeah, just simple but effective 6 play. Just asserting yourself forward, finding those hits like that with the heavy, and then just leading into big damage, into more pressure, and then just forces Closer to really have to guess for their life here, especially under this pressure.
With Vertex so far, again, trying to intercept Closer in the air, Versus knowing and understanding how much Closer is trying to approach from the air, trying to use that on defense as well. Plus frames galore. And then you get Demons. Again, intercepting with the JL.
Those guys are not safe. Grimnir's the Lord of the Air, but it's looking just down to earth right now. Nice, just the Skybound Art. guarantee a bunch of damage and the hard knockdown. Now we're setting up a one-touch scenario. Goes for an empty jump. Nothing to it. Giving Closer one more chance.
Okay. Chooses to link into the new win sigil, and now, alright, good decision to brave counter right there, and gets clipped by the H-Gate of Demons, the classic, to open him up and advance to round 2.
Yeah, well played though from Varus. Nice finish there, just finding any momentum and always just being able to push it extremely effectively, right? You're playing a character like Grimnir, who, you know, he's got like interesting range on some of his buttons, but he's kind of a tall guy. And I think, you know, Varus and just Six taking advantage of that, going to the air a lot, when you weren't seeing a lot of like the anti-airs from it, either through his DP or even just like a crouching heavy. And always like, if Closer wasn't the one always jumping forward, maybe would have been able to contest and get some more damage that way. But it's still difficult, like you mentioned, with like the Gate of Demons connecting as much as they did. And then you still have to worry about stuff like empty hand. It's just so much to worry about from Six at all times.
Yeah, definitely. That character is obviously incredibly fast, incredibly versatile. Even if Closer, let's say, tried to lean on more of a fireball game, the mobility as well as empty hand from Seox, definitely tools to help navigate that. But, you know, it's always important, especially as a character like Grimnir, to kind of be varied in the way that you play neutral. The character definitely has a plethora of tools in order to try and keep players on their toes. So that is always something to keep in mind. However, next up, we're going to be having Nothing versus Homeboy.
All right, another good match coming up. And I love seeing like last week's winner, Artorius. How often do you see, I mean, this is a question for Imp, how often has it happened where your winner of one of your online events then wins your offline events that same week?
Same week? Very, very, very rarely. Especially crossover. I don't know if you guys watched that top 8, like that grand finals, but
it was great.
I watched him versus Coach Steve in pools, and I was sitting with Ryer and we both watching it. We're like, I think Artorius can win the whole thing. Like, he was just cooking. So I'm glad that he came out tonight. Like, a lot of times people take a break. I think the only other player who after winning something big offline didn't take a break was Big Black for Uni. So I was honestly a little surprised to see Artorius in here, but I am looking forward to hopefully seeing him on stream later.
Yeah, I've managed to catch him playing in bracket, and he has been absolutely on fire as of late. That Siegfried is scary. I mean, Siegfried in general is scary, but
him, don't worry.
his in particular is very, very, very polished, very foundationally sound, and just more than enough to be able to take out the majority of players, even some of the best in NA at the moment. So definitely looking forward to seeing him later in the bracket as well.
No, absolutely. I mean, like a lot of rising stars for Rising, you know, no pun intended, especially with the game coming out, the months going through. Exactly. And just seeing just them all really shine. I mean, like you had like Koji Koko's run at the World Finals. I mean, that's a kid from Houston, very young. So from my part of the woods in the United States, and just finding success, doing it a way, you know, people might not agree with, but sometimes you got to suck it up and do what you got to do to get those dubs. So kind of makes me happy to see like a young player just adapt to that and just do what they got to do. But it just kind of shows like across not just, you know, North America, but, you know, against the world. It's just the next wave of rising players. The who didn't maybe really play vanilla like that are really starting to like come into their own.
Yeah, look, if you want to become a serious competitor in any fighting game, you have to always be willing to do whatever it takes to get the W. Be more than willing to just kind of pick the best characters if you feel like you can handle those characters especially well, and just kind of suck it up and try to win if that is your absolute priority. And of course, Koji Koko, I remember on the Zoe, and we even saw a peek of that in the final round, swapping to Nia and finding great success makes complete sense. But we do not see either Zoe or Nia on the screen. Instead, we have Ladiva and Grimnir coming out once again.
All right, more Grimnir here to be a treat, but seeing Ladiva, especially with Gobo doing great work and Uber Cheesecake and crossover, just a lot of fantastic play from this character that, you know, Grapple's always going to be a threat, but right now, Homeboy full control, gets the sigil set up, gets the safe jump, nice dodge, anticipating a brave counter, gets a full hit and a full extension here.
Yep. Doesn't quite have enough meters to get the KO, but has one more offensive situation. Nice use of the reversal. This is actually quite scary for Homeboy now. No BP, and that Raging Strike is going to hit the mark. It's going to be a lot of damage. I think that's enough to KO.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one more hit here is going to finish the job, and nothing takes advantage of it. Homeboy failed the uncle check with that Raging Strike in the guard string, and that'll do it.
Yeah, Ladiva's strike damage in this game is very high, very scary, very consistent. Even though her, her command grab damage, say like the LSPD, not the highest. If you get caught by one of her frame traps, it is going to hurt.
Oh, absolutely. And then you see the fact that like with just 50% of meter, she can always go to the corner with huge damage, and it's just absolutely insane. Where your grappler is such a good strike character, and then the command grab is kind of just icing on the cake.
Yep, I really like that from Homeboy. Nice use of the reversal headbutt of love once again.
Okay, big hit and challenge. No happy P. Just let it rock, and nothing runs right through. Takes that first game.
Yeah, Homeboy actually got hit by that Raging Strike rather than it being a guard crush, so couldn't really do anything in that situation, but real solid game one coming out from nothing, particularly in that comeback on the first round. It looked like it was all in Homeboy's favor, but unfortunately, that's the scary thing about being on 0 BP. You always got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly. And you really want to use it against a character like Ladiva. Any like 6-6 L from her, or just like an EX headbutt, you always like push her away. Hey, cool, we get a counter hit. Oh, there's the meaty Raging Strike. It connects, and look at this damage just coming through. I can't even finish a point before nothing just takes away over 80%.
Ooh, and I think right there at the end, actually probably could have gone for... No, I don't think it could have gone for a Raging Strike extension, because they already started the combo with Raging Strike, so they're not able to actually end with SBA.
Right. No unique command grab there. Homeboy fighting back a little bit of the BP, but the ultimate headbutt once more, and then can't really afford to dodge the EX lariat. Just crouch it, and then get the punish, just because it recovers so much quicker.
Yeah. Lovely air to air. Starting that strike throw offense. And Ladiva, obviously, one of the big things with her is that she's so good at breaking apart the conventional defense. The delayed button, the delayed throw. Not really good against Ladiva because the command grab just beats them outright.
All right, clean hit, counter hit. Big chance here. As Homeboy is trying to get a little bit of a lead back, but still at a small deficit. Put some sigils up. But there's the quote-unquote dive kick, jump M, hitting so effectively. Oh, gets a hit. EX has 100% Sky Gauge. Uses it just to get the EX sigils? I don't really know about that.
Lovely spot dodge right there. And actually, that ended up working really well in Homeboy's favor. He should be able to close it out here with a combo into SBA, and that's going to do it.
Okay, I'm glad. It's always kind of scary, because like there's so many ways you could end a combo like that with Grimnir, right? Banking on the situation, which we've seen twice. Homeboy goes for the safe jump into a dodge to try to bait a brave counter. Oh no, counter hit, heavy, the chops connect, and Homeboy's life is almost forfeit.
Yeah, can only afford to take one more hit, and that is gonna do it. Ladiva damage, nothing to sneeze at. Should have enough resources to KO here. No, the combo limit is reached. But it doesn't matter. The perfect to close. Nothing. Taking out Homeboy, advancing on winner's side.
Yeah, nothing making that really, really fast. Just not letting Grimnir have any chance to set up, to use any of their range advantage effectively, or even just really escape the corner. And the amount of Raging Strikes that connected that led to nothing's victory was so many. Homeboy just having difficulty fighting back.
Yeah, and Ladiva is definitely a character that requires, I think a lot of people don't really realize this because she's seen as generally quite a weak character, but she definitely requires a specialized game plan in order to fight effectively. You have to understand that grapplers do require a specific way of approaching the neutral game, a way to play defense. You have to be willing to take those risks on defense. and just be willing to kind of play slow. And Rising especially has coaxed people into wanting to play the game faster because, you know, the 6XLs, ultimate skills, just things that kind of advance the pace of the game. But against Ladiva, sometimes you just got to take a step back, you know, play that fireball game, play that mid-range zoning game, because she, even with the ultimate skills, she's not blessed with too many anti-fireball options. She is slow on the ground, not the best jumps, although she does have some good jump buttons. And overall, you know, you can kind of take it a bit slower at the mid-long ranges versus her.
Oh yeah, there you go. I mean, absolutely. Just a character that once you have like your pressure and your game plan structured really well, because you got to understand, like, you know, there's no invincible reversal, right? Ultimate headbutt, you can throw it, it's just full of armor, right? Ultimate lariat, sure, it's got armor, but you side dodge it, you get the, you know, get that effectively. So it forces Ladiva to use, you know, brave counters to push you off. But I mean, you know, if you play right, you know, and that's like any matchup, right? You play right, get a life lead, you use your brave counters to push her away. And that's one of those things, like, is not free, but it can be super effective if done right, because Ladiva is a character that once she's pushed from like the advantages where she can be at that close, you have that advantage back, especially if you time those just right. So it really makes that resource shine of how important it is, you know, if used effectively.
Yeah. The U Lariat actually doesn't even have any armor. It's not like, say, Sora's dash punch. It's just...
I was thinking of the guard break instead of the armor, so my bad.
Yeah.
It's just, I was just conflating the two.
Yeah, because unlike the regular Lariat, you can't block it crouching. It still catches you and guard breaks, which leads to a strong situation for her. But speaking of strong, we have two real strong players coming up next. Kyoku Reset versus Senpai. Senpai on the last slot now. I know they've been rotating through, I think, a small handful of characters from what I've seen of them in this game.
He used to play Percy.
Cultured.
I mean, with almost 5,000 games under their belt, though, that is, you know, a person that loves their Granblue, playing online and having a good time. So no, not surprised to see that many characters, you know, in the repertoire. Going up against Belial, we saw always kind of shine bright. A lot of good players utilize this character effectively, even if like the current like range of the strongest may give him some trouble.
Yeah, this character has always been blessed with a lot of well-rounded power in the kits. Keeping that combo real simple, and now the Belial pressure begins.
Oh, with 6XL. Gonna side swap, I like it, and just extend the combo even further. We used one ultimate there, but we have another one available. So Senpai has the ability to just put the debuff down, but nice! Avoids the DP. Almost gets a punish on it.
And right there was just kind of an exhibition of some of the strengths of Lance, just being able to have that safe side swapping ultimate skill with the 63U, the Blade Impulse. Right, final BP gone. Tries to bait out a Brave counter right there. There's another 63U. That's going to be an extended combo. Even with 1 BP, I don't think it's enough to get the KO though.
It's going to set up something really nice. Doesn't go for Turbulence, but there it is right there. Get the throw tech. There's the super skybound art. It's gonna finish the job as Kyoku just kind of rolled the dice a little bit there, but it was getting a little scrambly, so I don't blame him, and it worked out.
Yeah, I think the SBA in particular was a solid play there. If just because, you know, Senpai was at chip point, would have needed to dodge both hits of the SBA, and so, you know, definitely an option to keep them on their toes. Once again, Brave counters coming out.
Oh.
Tried to spot dodge to avoid a Brave counter there. The command grab of all moves comes out.
Then run up ultimate. Nice little anti-air. Just get the hard knockdown and give Senpai continued lead here as Kyoku. Oh, getting tagged. 5A. Not going to anti-air. Got to go DP or too heavy.
Straight into the SBA, yeah. One round apiece.
Nice and quick. As expected from Lancelot, character that just, you know, really thrives off momentum, can really navigate around neutral effectively as well, shutting down a lot of tools. And then, you know, like 6 gets you to the corner. And once that ultimate fireball or ice ball comes into play, right? And then the slowdown debuff that we saw from like Fukunaga at Artworld Tour is just such a dangerous thing. Yeah. Nice dodge.
Spot dodging the crouching medium right there. Chooses to save the SBA, gets the opening, and I think that is most likely going to be enough. The SBA will count to a lot of this damage at the end. And it's going to be enough. Yep. Senpai taking the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, traditional strong round from a Lancelot, right? You get the long cutscene combos. You take your feet up, take a breath, walk around the room a little bit as you're getting sliced up. It's just how it goes. Again, try to find a button to catch the turbulence coming back down, but Senpai just getting these jump-ins with uncontested.
Now gradually that defense of Kyoku is being kind of cracked open bit by bit. A little bit of a drop right there, but okay, finally an opening for Kyoku, and he gets a lot of corner carry off of this crouch and confirm as well.
Oh, I like it. Spending everything, getting to the corner, getting the damage, getting the BP. Still at a deficit here, but with plenty of tools and resources, there's a good chance to turn it around until you get thrown in the corner. Well, good block.
There's that debuff. Yeah, the throw bait. You have all the time in the world to punish afterwards, and Senpai does so in emphatic fashion. 1 round away from advancing to round 3.
I want to see like more stuff like that in this game. More ultimate skills that have like that RPG effect of it, right? Kind of like the Persona 4 arenas of years past. Oh, nice wall jump. Gets the cross up into the EX, into another nice long combo here. Just going to build a lot of bar and set up a Senpai for next big hit.
Tries to shimmy the throw again. This time Kyoku not biting.
Okay. Has been pretty effective with those EXs, but right back at you. One reversal deserves another. And more pressure here with the side swap, no block button.
Yeah, block button checked right there. Chooses not to go for the double side swap. Ooh, okay, no. Doesn't get the string right there. Nice use of the SSBA.
Threading the needle that was not a true guard string. Taking them sky high and blasting them away, but it's still rough out here. After that Brave counter, it's even life totals until the check into EX. Kyoku barely alive.
The willingness to challenge right there. The command grab finally finds its mark. I had a feeling it was going to come soon, and Kyoku keeping himself alive with it.
Yeah, last-ditch effort worked out so well. Ooh. Connects because of the whip. The throw was too early, it looks like.
Yep.
And Senpai eats the full Raging Strike combo.
By the throw. Senpai being very, very active on defense right now. Not blocking too much, using the DPs, using the Brave counters. Just doesn't want to hold anything, and neither does Kyoku right now. Wants to maintain this lead as much as possible.
They know what either player could do pressure-wise, and we're going to see that just neutral jump connect and tie up the game counts 1-1 as we're just getting absolutely violent here. And this is kind of like the tail of the set, as both players just were willing to defend early on. But right now, they're just more than willing to challenge, scrap counter hits and DPs left and right.
This time just kind of holding the blocks, looking for a point where he could potentially challenge, but the throw comes out. Oh, I like the shimmy attempt right there, and I like the challenge from Senpai as well. Nice block.
One of the first we've seen so far. Doesn't want to go any harder, though, even with some of the cooldowns available there. So it's still like a light lead for Senpai, but oh no! Gets hit by the second hit of SBA.
Difficult spot dodge timing right there, especially when you've already committed to the run. Oh, okay, I like the idea to try to go for the 5U to quell the pressure, but again, Senpai pressing on wake up right there. This is going to be a lot of damage.
All right, extension here, no more Brave counters. Ooh, air reset. Nice Brave counter back. Both players at such low life, but the air throw. Nice from Senpai, catches him sky high, and now is at set point.
And that is such a classic interaction for Lancelot. You know, condition the jump with the EX fireball, and then intercept that jump with the air-to-air option. In that case, the air throw, of course.
All right, more good pressure here though. Kyoku finds the hit, but doesn't cancel that first hit of far C. And now side swap. Gets the throw. Big lead here. Kyoku with full resources too. But again, Senpai finds the challenge and gets the side swap.
Yeah, Kyoku is kind of mixing between pressing and trying to shimmy potential immediate brave counter or immediate throw, but Senpai is just being very active. Nice interception right there. That should be the round into SBA. Keep it nice and simple. Again, these two just neck and neck.
Yeah, 100%. It has just been one after the other, challenging each other, trading these big blows. I mean, big ups for Kyoku finding that close heavy, getting the counter, getting the triple attack, and now we're leading in town. Everyone's got their BP, everyone's working their meter back, but right now it's Senpai striking first blood.
Kyoku at the moment having a little bit of a hard time versus the Wrecker pressure, challenging with the wrong buttons. Lovely spacing right there, but again, doesn't combo into the 214M.
Yeah, saving the other Asmodeus, not really sure. There's a brave counter though. BP are even between the two, but a challenge again from Senpai. He doesn't use the EX to get close to the corner. Nice dodge.
Great dodge right there, and now you've drained all of Senpai's BP. This is a fantastic situation to be in for Kyoku. You do have to be mindful of that 100-meter
Overhead.
Very active on defense.
Chip inevitable. Gotta be extra careful here.
And now Kyoku probably just waiting for that fireball cooldown. A little bit too antsy with the SSBA, but choosing an angle where he can't get punished, and the DP is going to close it. 2-1 for Kyoku reset.
I love that finish there, Virium. Just recognizing that you got the brave counter, but we're not going to throw out any projectiles. We're not going to overextend because that power of that SSBA from Lancelot on Wake Up could have just shifted the whole narrative of that round. So it's just Kyoku finally giving all the space and respect that Senpai had been fighting for until that end. Even Senpai trying to bait something by going with the Hail Mary short SSBA, and Kyoku just says, no, if we want to finish this, you are coming over to me. I ain't going to you.
Yeah, and that is always very, very important to kind of establish when you have that lead, making sure that you can still control the pace, because you know, of course, when your opponent is down, they are a cornered wolf. They are going to be hungry to make that comeback, to get that kill, and you have to do everything in your power to kind of maintain control of that situation. Kyoku doing that beautifully at the end there. Very, very good step between those two. Coming up next, of course, we have a staple of many online events, Professor Necrotech on the Matera, as always, versus Light.
Yeah, another fun matchup as we're just, cruising through this bracket. And again, thanks to everyone who's just hanging out with us, checking out the matcherino, using up those codes, and just enjoying themselves from Granblue. I mean, we're at $20.25 with 29 of those codes left remaining. Big ups to Dr. Sauce for the $15 donation and using a code, getting us up to this $20 mark, but there's still plenty of night left and plenty of codes. And if you're feeling generous, just donate directly. It's always appreciated. It helps keep the players fed and just making a better night for everyone.
Yep, let's try and reach that top 4 payout once again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, of course, I know my some of my European fellows in the chat, this is most likely not the Lights from Portugal that we know and love, the Vera Maestro, who really came into his own towards the latter part of base Granblue.
Nice,
ended up winning Revo in 2023. One of the last European offline tournaments for Granblue was won by Light Yagami, the Vera main, but this is very much a different Light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this was kind of the fun to happen. I want to see international events where people who share the same name have to either team up or face off against each other. Because there's got to be some person in Japan named Hikari or just named Light. There's going to be someone over there. That's just inevitable. Yeah, and there's probably more all across the world too. You never know, but it's going to be Light and Armaya going up against Professor Necrotech's Matera, a little battle of the lovely ladies. And we've seen a lot of Armaya representation, not just, in North America, but I still remember seeing some of the great players over there in Europe as well. So it's nice to see this character really shining, either through folks like Witch Hazel and others.
K-Tang as well. And then and she's been doing exceptionally well in Japan as well. A lot of the Japanese Narmayas still playing her, repping her, doing exceptionally well at the Japanese weekly events as well. So yeah, she's once again she's proving her strength so far in this game. I feel like Narmaya is kind of a character that, because she doesn't have that kind of immediate, overwhelming power that some of the strongest characters in this game have, you know, people tend to sleep on what she can do, but she is definitely capable of really making dents.
Yeah, and you know, Matera is always kind of a hard road so far in Rising, right?
Yep.
Just a lot of difficulty kind of navigating, getting out of the corner situations, you know, losing a lot of the tools that were there in Vanilla at the tail end of it, right? Made her a little bit harder to play with, but folks like Nekotech and Senpai Spider still doing their due diligence and making their mark.
Yeah, losing out on stuff like backshift and rush definitely hurt Matera. Not able to get the counter hit confirm off of the 6-6L right there. This is once again a bit of an awkward situation for Nekotech, stuck in this corner. Only 1 BP to her name. The challenge is out with the light.
All right. After this bar, so I'm just going to go for the EX knockdown, set up the double butterflies. But a great answer with the Brave counter. But an even better challenge. Yeah, the moon slash, just, you know, a lot of startup on there, especially on the ultimate version. So if you are just ready to call it out and get an easy anti-air, no problem.
Yeah, Nekotech definitely very, very ready for that. Just understanding the sort of pressure habits that Light had established quite early on with the moon flip. Staggers with the plus frames, the lights. That 5L of Narmaya is such a fantastic pressure tool in this game. Carter 5L and gets the opening with it. Full combo.
Oh, doesn't get the restand doesn't quite work out, giving Nekotech a chance to bust out. Gets to hop over, but a close heavy is going to connect, but doesn't spend any specials. We're scrapping. We're flying all over the place, Virium.
Soaring across the screen. Keeps it nice and simple, though. Takes the round. 1 round apiece.
Yeah, a little violent here, but going to keep on moving on. And again, finds the max distance to you. It's going to extend it here too with a nice median. Now, Prof Nekotech in a great spot. All the screen real estate that Matera could ever want. You have the big butterfly set up too with the ultimate skill. Oh, what a challenge.
100 chip damage, even in the corner. And look at all of this damage that Nekotech able to pile on in this position. Raging strike. And you've got to spend that BP if you want to survive. Yeah, it's looking very, very bleak.
Oh, wait, there's the double ultimate. Getting the moon slash. Coming right through there. There's the EX1 just to keep more pressure. But unfortunately, especially against Matera, at some point, you're going to take a little bit of chip. Just a small enough crumb to finish the job in game 1 to Professor Nekotech.
Yeah, you have to really be on point with those spot dodges and rolls against Matera in a situation like that. Even your advancing jumps as well, like we saw there. You're going to be able to bypass all of that chip. And Matera can obviously vary the speed of her arrows. You know, she can use the lights for slows, mediums for faster ones, and it can be difficult to time your defense properly. Definitely takes practice.
Okay, nice triple attack overhead. This has been a big part. Light's been able to get Professor Nekotech in the corner consistently, but just not been able to keep Nekotech in there and finding that big damage that Narmaya is able to get once she has an opponent in the corner and has some EXs available, or even just one ultimate.
Yep. Okay, choosing to Brave counter right there, just to, once again, maintain that corner presence. The sweep, once again, that 2U has been working wonders for Nekotech so far, just catching, like, trying to advance at those longer ranges.
And there you see kind of one of the problems that you can see with Narmaya. Her 6-6L is very hard to follow up with because of just the nature of her not having a far light attack, it being the same as her close light. So Nekotech just being able to avoid getting into heavy pressure, finding their little hits throughout, and now putting themselves on match point.
I love that 2H at the end by Nekotech right there, you know, just capitalizing on the impatience. And that is one of the key things when it comes to Matera. If you're not, we call it the Matera meter back in Europe, where if you're not mentally checked in versus this character, she will tear you to shreds regardless of how strong she is in the current meta. because she relies on the player to be constantly alert on defense and in neutral.
Yeah, and if you don't take advantage of a situation like this, I mean, Light with a big shot here, it's going to spend a bunch of their meter. Another EX through, should be able to just block here though. Yep, not a problem. Finish with the punish. Nicely done, and Light sealing around, getting on the board, was really having difficulty in closing out, but manages to just get a solid block, and here we go, round 3.
Yep. Did give Nekotech a little bit of a bone right at the end there, just not going for the basketball combo that would have been able to be enough to get the KO, but still able to seal the round nonetheless, and is going in with momentum with this one. Those triple attacks have been doing a ton of work, varying between the high and the low.
Yeah, and it's always kind of difficult to apply that pressure, especially after blocking it out when you are Matera, when you're like far light. It's kind of as slow as it is. Okay, trading BP back and forth, just donating to each other. No one wants to hold these block strings or this butterfly.
Once again, both players now at 1 BP. Ooh, catches the ultimate transient right there.
And then just, yeah, gets a knockdown with the 2U, sliding in, chip damage incoming. Light with no meter and just 1 BP. This is all Nekotech here with all the room in the world to play and 50% of the gauge. An ultimate DP can seal the deal here if Light isn't careful. Big jump in, wait a minute.
Yeah, and you know that Light is probably going to be looking for an opportunity to do Moonflip, and there it is. Nekotech privy and waiting for that option and sniping it out the skies.
I love that reflex there. We've seen the moon one too many times tonight, all right? It is time for an eclipse as Matera's arrows will blot out the Luna. And what a perfect finish as Nekotech takes the set 2-0 to continue on into round 3. Fantastic.
Yeah, really, really good awareness from Nekotech right there. I mean, we saw her catch a couple of those moon flips at the situations where Light was kind of desperate to apply that in pressure or just kind of try to skip through neutral with that option.
Because the thing is, like, you know, Narmaya's got some very interesting specials, but those, like, quote-unquote neutral skip ones, they do have a decent amount of startup, you know, so it's not like you can't get away with him willy-nilly, especially against a player that is got a life lead, is happy to kind of sit back and kind of wait things out. Even on like whiff, only like maybe a heavy button might get caught out, right? So it's one of those things like you can't really take for granted, because it's not just gonna let you in for free and let you apply pressure, especially considering Brave counters will stop it every time as well. So it's just one of the, you know, one of those things you have to just really be mindful of, because meter being so important in this game, even if you gain it faster compared to the previous Granblue, you know, being at a deficit can hurt a lot, especially when it's kind of, I wouldn't say easily counterable, but the counterplay is, you know, readily available.
Yeah. One of the big things I think that hurts Matera in this game, Matera previously had kind of top class meter gain in the context of base Granblue, just because she was able to constantly kind of keep her opponents pinned with her arrows, and unless they got an opening directly on her, she was always going to have that meter advantage. In this game, however, because you gain so much meter from walking forward and trying to edge Matera towards the corner, you are actually a lot of the time gaining about as much, if not more, meter than her. So there are definitely situations where slowing down the pace of the neutral, looking for those opportunities to gradually build that neutral and then get that big hit when you get that opening can be really beneficial versus Matera.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good to see. We'll see what Nekotech can do later in the bracket, but now we're going to go to Makona, one of Midwest's finest, representing our Foxy lady here, and then the opponent is Chizitsu.
UL is a character that I think is, wow.
You could have just left it straight away. You could have just left it as UL as a character.
Yeah. A good character in this game. Ironically, you know, she was very kind of known for having very mediocre damage overall in most situations, but that is not the case in this game. If UL is able to get that right opening, she gets you in the corner, gets a big opening with stance, she can do a lot of damage in this game. But we, so far, establishing momentum.
Yeah, this is a character we've seen highlighted time and time again. You know, Zerom has played the groundwork for Rising Charlotta. And right now, Wii is just full control, gets the ultimate, as that is just going to be a really big bane of playing neutral against Charlotta. Such a strong tool that hits really wide, can anti-air, lead to that easily hard knockdown, and is very hard to deal with if you're really not being careful running in.
We are in Europe, of course, are no stranger to Charlotta either. Of course, shout out to Saki. Saki, I see you.
Heck yeah. Of course, rooting for Wii as Charlotta, the Potato Pals, keeping strong together, and a lot of this pressure forcing out breakpoints left and right, but gets the trademark Charlotta cross-up, and that's going to be the first game to Wii!
Yeah, very, very fast exchanges, both on offense and defense, between both of these two, but it feels like Wii at the moment is playing at a beat faster. Ooh, no, you don't want to be doing the M-ball versus UL. She can consistently punish that with far medium.
All right, though. Makona with a nice lead here. Doesn't get an extension there. Went for the EX, the 2-2H. But forces out a breakpoint. Right back at you, especially after the dive. Threw him out of the corner, though. Gets the safe jump. Big opportunity. Should be able to just clean this up with just, hit into a Raging Strike, or we'll go for an ultimate just for extra effect.
Yeah, the obviously the 2-2U, the U Fox Flame for UL, very, very strong link after the Raging Chain. But the main thing is that I really like that they just went for the far light punish, keeping it nice and quick versus that U DP from Charlotta.
Yeah, you Holy Ladder, super, super strong. But look at that, I love that extension. Managing to get the raw hit on the juggle with the flip, and that's always nice to get that meter refunded to you.
This is all Makona so far. Lovely use of the U Shining Onslaught right there. Just close the gap.
Okay, inching forward. One more hit from Makona is going to tie things up. Uses up their last BP. Trying to commit to the finish. A lot of chip damage on that. And the DP ender. I love that checkmate scenario. As Wii really was limited in options. It would have had to make a hard call out with the dodge to avoid that.
Yeah, dodge or even something like SSBA would have done a big chunk of damage, but of course scary in that situation.
All right, 1-1 apiece. Makona answered back in kind, as this is a fast-paced, high-velocity matchup. And right now it's... Oop. I was about to say it's all Makona, but that one jump kind of changes the dynamic and forcing Makona to use the Brave counter.
Safe on block. Good throw tech so far coming out from Wii. So Makona's going to need to kind of vary how they time their offense right there. Maybe go for something like a delay close heavy. Try to catch the delay throw.
Right, Fox Flame active. Nice extension. Side swap 2 and the guard button check once again. Coming through.
That was cheeky right there.
Yeah, you got to keep that guard button close to you. Oh, nice stance counter. Baits the Holy Ladder. Nice dodge in the full punish, and off to the corner we go.
Yep. Just wanting to maintain that corner once again, just making use of that Brave counter. Nice use of the 5U coming out from Wii.
Okay, there's the ultimate. Once again, Makona just run up throw. Wii in a tough spot, but finds a good throw until the EX comes out. Nice dodge into SBA.
Yep, keep that simple, drain that BP. One more guess for game.
Oh, rough spot. As Far M, looking like we're playing Launch UL, throwing that button out at that right spacing and just working out so effectively. As Wii was shut down after taking a strong lead in game 1, but then Makona just made their adjustments and their offense really brought it home.
Yeah, just obviously like really, really solid play from both players. Just it looked like there was plenty in terms of kind of offensive adaptations throughout, and just Makona making sure that they could maintain their offense as long as possible, making use of those Brave counters whenever they saw the H Noble strategy come out, and just making sure that they applied as much pressure as they could. Weren't able to land as many throws as they probably would have liked, but still able to establish a degree of consistency that just allowed them to maintain momentum throughout the set.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one smart way to do it, right? If you're playing against a Charlotta and you expect kind of a lot of that heavy offense, right? So you just answer back in kind, and it worked out really for Makona, who just found that same pacing, and it was who just who wasn't able to keep up, at least in that set. So that made it just very entertaining, like you said. So who do we got up next?
We got Jaehan on the Seox versus Matal.
Right,
Jaehan's Seox been a relatively frequent addition to the online scene. I know they've been doing pretty well with the Seox as of late.
Yeah,
obviously Seox still incredibly strong, coming from base Granblue, a menace. Very
the character's been winning for a while. He's
Yes.
been living the high life, the high tier life, for a hot minute now, and what can you do? You just gotta hope April 2nd is brings your wishes and dreams to fruition.
3 years this man has been living it up in his gilded penthouse, shielded with the Gate of Demons, not allowing any of these peasant zoners or these peasant low and mid-tier characters to breach the gates. He's been up there living his best life, and the life has become even better in this game, arguably, with the addition of his ultimate skills, with the kind of focus, the greater focus on that faster, more aggressive, rushdown oriented gameplay. He has definitely come into this game with even greater strength.
Absolutely. I mean, just like everything coming up, sometimes you win that system mechanic lottery, and just like seeing a character like 6 get like meter for free is like the cup runneth over. And it is very scary indeed. So we'll see, all of the ultimate empty hands and everything else in between. But, Matal, no slouch, been around for a hot minute now. I do recall them from like the Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle days back in, 2018 and then some. So it's going to have the 2B on deck. So a little bit of Nier Automata as our guest character steps in for the spotlight. And another really fun character who can really match the kind of pace that 6 has. Her difficulty is always going to be kind of on the defensive, as her ultimate DP, her 214U, a little bit on the slow side, although hits pretty well. But her buttons that advance can be a really strong asset, just like so. We're going to use the tackle to go under the air fireball and start Matal's pressure.
Catching Jaehan out with the empty low, going to be a full corner combo. Get that skill back as well. Just a quick reprieve, but the DP immediately answering back. Oh, the delay.
Ooh, I love that. Catching out the Raging Strike, which was supposed to be a Brave counter, but again, just the trickery she has, right? She could either do like the safe jump or do the jump U, hover in the sky, and force a fuzzy.
Yeah, so that option in particular, you kind of have to treat it like Zeta Pogo on defense, where the fuzzy mash is definitely a valid way to defend against it. Delay stand jab does beat that option, but that's something that you have to kind of lab. You have to condition yourself to learn. It beats out the defensive, the usual defense, like right there, beating out the throw.
Yeah, really nice. I mean, even doing like the jump U maybe a little higher can be kind of tricky too, so beat out like people going for 5L, and the advancing normals on the 5M, and of course being able to whiff cancel, making that even scarier, as every time you see 2B whiff a button, whiff a sword strike, you have such little opportunity if you are not ready to just catch her in between, because you will catch a katana in the eye.
Yeah, and it can be a bit awkward for a character of Seox with the sort of buttons that he has, obviously not the longest range on them. So it can be difficult to play around that range at times, but Jaehan now establishing that offense, keeping Matal cornered, not allowing them to breathe at all, gets the raw hit as well. Keeps the corner short.
Defensive throw. Forces the BP out, and then there it is, just getting the double jump right into the ultimate empty hand. The anti-cross-up dive kick shutting down Matal's efforts to escape that corner. Absolutely brutal.
And the insane thing about that is that was going to be a 125% combo. It had not finished yet. Once again, going under with the 214L, the missile.
Well done here. Again, Jaehan now on full force. kind of just like our last game, where game 1 was kind of handed in Matal's favor. Right now, Jahan just answering back with the strength of 6, all momentum, slashing right through with a heavy lead here.
Yes, and one could say that that damage coming out from Seox right there was rather interesting.
Ooh.
Over half a life bar torn away off of a jab. Now Matal taking his opportunity to get that offense started.
Finds a 2L to start, and had all the resources there to get the big shot. Goes for the setup here. Nice double jump over the Brave counter, but doesn't get the full confirm. Although this should be the round. No problem for Matal.
Yeah, what a comeback coming out from Matal, and now setting themselves up for a set point situation. Looking all Jahan throughout that, but Matal able to make that comeback. 2B with that 5M, such a superb button. Using the run forward from the 5U this time. Jahan intercepted.
All right, empty hand, but the nice use of the bomb, of Mirage to get right through there. No problem. Brave counters on deck. Nice block on the empty hand, but not the second.
Yep, the counter able to extend to a full combo. Not going to have the resources to build up to 100 to get the combo into SBA there. Oh, right challenge in that situation, but finally the snake bite comes out, gets the frame trap, and gets Jahan the game 1-1.
Another one of those interesting things too, because like Narmaya, 2B has the same light button, either near or far. So if you mistime it, right, you can have trouble maybe mashing out of those like good frame traps or situations like that because of just it being a little slower than other characters close L. Oh, getting hit. That's rough. As ultimate empty hand leads into full extension. Off to the corner you go, almost.
And there's the trap once again. This is going to be once again the round for Jahan. Can catch out into SBA if he so chooses, and that he does. Now Jahan at set point.
That is 6. Turning it up to 11. Hitting that nitrous and just making it go so fast. Round start, empty hand. The 2U just not quite cutting it here. As now Matal on the back foot in this corner here. Even trying to jump out, no good.
Matal trying to 2H there. Have to respect the plus frames there. Look at all this pressure, unrelenting from Jahan now, knowing how much momentum he has, just capitalizing on every single hit, every single opening, but finally the press from Matal. Likely going to be a corner-to-corner sequence right here. Gonna spend.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't have the meter to get the Raging Strike, but still, look at all that distance.
All right, gets a 2-2A into a throw. This is really nice. Matal with all the momentum, and again, has hit almost every jump you set up. Only one didn't lead to a combo. He's going to be able to spend the meter here. Going to drop the bombs, but goes for the double jump mix up into a grab. That was cute. Matal with a lot of uncombos and a lot of chances for Jahan to kind of bust out, but not quite well enough to hammer trade. It's a full extension. Incredible.
Huge trade for Matal right there. Now establishing all that momentum.
I love that sweet spot hammer, especially on airborne opponents. It bounces them higher depending on how high they are initially. It's a great tool for combo extensions or for sniping folks as anti-airs. Nice challenge here. There's the laser. Into the full extension off the grappling. No, too far away.
Not quite able to get it right there. Both players one BP apiece, but the 2-1-4U, the Gate of Demons. This is going to be a huge chunk of damage versus the 1 BP. The Raging Strike reset is going to seal Jahan the game and the set. 2-1.
It always comes down to the age check. You must be under 25 to avoid this mix-up. I am sorry. It is a tough road dealing with those Raging Strikes, even if they're not not the beta version of them, because God help us all.
Yeah, this especially since throughout the set that hadn't been introduced as an option on offense. So you know, especially against a character like Seox, you're looking out for so many different things. You're looking out for the throw. You're looking out for his Gate of Demons, both H and U. You're looking out for the Wrecker pressure, and then all of a sudden, out comes this Raging Strike, the meaty Raging Strike, and you're just not ready for it in that situation.
Yeah, no, perfect setup to cap it off the end of it, right? It's just, and that's like the beauty of having a character as strong as like 6 with all those tools like that. You can save something that powerful for when you need it most, for like a checkmate when your opponent has not enough BP to deal with it. So it was just just the icing on the cake. Could have ended in any other way, right? But just like, make a statement of like, this is, at the end of the day, this is like guaranteed, just about guaranteed to work. So really well played.
All right. Next up, we're gonna have two titans of NA Granblue right now. We got Coach Steve versus Sin, Siegfried versus Zoe. Coach Steve obviously coming off of a very, very respectable, great 4th place finish at Crossover Arc, and has done a ton of work throughout Granblue Rising so far. And obviously, Coach Steve is a player of a very, very prolific fighting game history across many, many different titles. Very, very strong in King of Fighters, in Marvel. I personally know of his name, especially through Marvel, and just obviously doing a ton of work in Granblue as well with the Siegfried.
Yeah, any game Coach D touches just always shows the power of kind of paving your own way, playing those strong characters, but the ones that you like, right? So always finds that one that clicks, that he knows it's good, but that he meshes well. And it always really takes it to it. So, big ups to Coach D. Has always been really fun to watch. But then Sin, on the other hand, really putting like people's opinions of Zoe higher than where they were initially, right? A character that a lot of folks really wrote off, from out the gates, recognizing that, her pressure can be shut down by like brave counters, and it's like, harder for her to maintain her game plan when you consider like hard knockdowns really being, erased from across the board outside of like, ultimates and, throws and skybound arts, right? But with like the power of like Sin, as well as like players like Koji Koko writing the book for her in Rising, really makes it a treat to watch. So I'm excited for this match.
Quick shout out, of course, to Murph coming through with the raid 30. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great stream, and hope you're all ready to enjoy some WASD action. We're at the winners quarters stage already, and Sin getting that big opening to get the extension into the corner.
Oh, this is huge. Sets it up. Electricity, but a great tech there from Coach Steve.
Now Sin out of Dragon meter and doesn't have a ton of meter either. Maybe goes for a combo. Okay, gets a hard knockdown with a spinning slash.
And a setup. I love that. The first setup, right? Set it up, went for the throw. Nice tech from Coach T. But then now you're just sitting like a sitting duck. Gets the overhead extension, and Sin playing it really smart.
A little bit too early on that throw. Unfortunate for Sin right there. Huge plus frames, and now it is Coach Steve's turn to apply that coveted Siegfried pressure. Gorgeous block on the DP right there. Sin going to capitalize, putting themselves on 1 BP right now, but has the corner.
Okay, and then out of the corner we go, but immediately getting the ultimate and a counter hit on the 6-6M. Nice little spot here for Sin. Just needs one solid hit like so. What a conversion off of that. Yep. Great use of the dragon and just catching Coach Steve out of the air with that counter hit.
Yeah, superb recognition of the height as well of that, hitting that JU, making sure that they didn't commit to another one so that they were able to get the proper ground combo. Got a little dragon friend. Megan, short work of Coach Steve, and finds another hit in between as that dodge just gets pieced out. And with the power of just that spinning slash conversions, Sin in full control. Tries to bait a DP, not DP there, a BP Brave counter from Sin right there, but it's going to, as a result, get tossed into the corner and deal with one more mix-up with the throw coming out from Coach Steve. Sin now on 0 BP, no meter, and it's going to have to deal with the pressure, but the 2M on defense puts Sin at set point.
Stabbing him in his shins. Okay, that's not quite fair. But now Coach Steve, has lost 3 rounds in a row, and Sin just, in full control of this. Finally, Coach Steve getting some offense going on. I like Sin dashing forward and hesitating just a little bit. It's a nice quick tech. Does the follow-up and gets the second hit after that spinning slash. And great option there on the clash, going for the throw, the fastest option.
Yep. Escape throw, great anti-air from Sin once again, taking Coach Steve to the corner to set up that offense one more time. Tries to bait out the Brave counter, but gets the anti-air for his troubles. The final hit of 2-2U not hitting.
Absolute terrible. That would have been the corner. Would have been such a great spot for Coach Steve, and now Sin in the lead. Finds their 2-2, the DP, ultimate skill, and now Coach Steve cannot take another hit or throw.
Wow, DPs through the M Dragon, but once again, that far H able to anti-air that empty jump, and Sin taking it a clean 4 rounds uncontested with a 2-0.
Yeah, no, just so well done. The spacing, the offense, every little bit of it, and just making it hard for Coach Steve to really get anything going. Because like not many moments you saw that Coach Steve had like applied much pressure or even could like command the neutral, right? We weren't seeing opportunities for the heavy fireball from Siegfried, nor were there much chances to like really kind of get in the range for the crouching M to be used effectively, as Sin is either outside of that range or at their advantage up close. So just really played to Zoe's strengths and not giving Siegfried any really chance to start. I mean, that ultimate 2-2U not working for Coach Steve, I think, was one of those those hard moments, right? When you spend your bar for a tool that's designed to give you the corner, give you more pressure and a hard knockdown, it doesn't work out, and you're just like, well, I'm still in this corner, I didn't get my damage, and we're still got to scrap. It feels bad.
Yeah, they even adjusted that move in the 2B patch to connect more consistently, and obviously we still got the drop there. But yeah, that was a very, very controlled, dominant set from Sin. Didn't really look like Coach Steve had control at any point. But up next we have Senpai Spider, an absolute mainstay of the WASD brackets, versus Kyoku on the Belial.
Senpai Spider always loved watching them play, especially at the end of Vanilla as like the king of net play. And even having one of their first big offline wins. And even with the Rising coming out, they had a big W as well. So, I mean, DreamHack Atlanta, they put on a clinic to kick things off. But right now, Kyoku reset with the Belial, putting on that oppressive pressure that the character is known for, especially just pushing Senpai Spider to these corners and really just having to respect the just absolute onslaught of pressure.
Yeah, and Belial has always been a character that has kind of demolished Matera, really, really given her a hard time, and we're seeing that come into full effect right now. One more guess for the round, the Senpai Spider. Ooh, hit 2M, but no confirm.
Oh, what a jump out into raw Raging Strike.
Yep.
Didn't have the meter to follow up. Yeah.
But now still Kyoku in complete control. Doesn't have to overcommit with anything. Can play this nice and slow.
Oh my gosh.
How the attempt to anti-air with the far medium just gets completely stuffed by that gigantic JH of Belial's.
Just what a hit. Try to anti-air though. Really difficult sometimes to catch Matera as she hops forward. So perfect spot for Senpai. Getting a full combo, and again, Matera with all the wiggle room in the back just to have the space and make sure Kyoku doesn't really get any more chances to play.
Senpai now backing off. Plenty of a lead right now, but you cannot rest on your laurels versus Belial. Lovely 1H anti-air. Going to capitalize straight into the ultimate high Starry Sky.
Yeah, that was just like the peak arrow right up there, catching up Belial. That was the 6-6H. That was definitely Senpai Spider's turn to play afterwards, but didn't want to really risk it.
Count it on the triple attack overhead. Now in comes a throw. Another for good measure. Safe jump this time.
Nice
challenge from Senpai.
Alright, trading projectiles here, just kind of left and right. Kyoku with a small lead, but getting shot up, and that's a quick way for that life lead to diminish. And there's the hop forward. That assault, the uni-style short hop. Very, very useful tool once you have your opponent's respect.
Yeah, but not ready to anti-air at that time either. Going to go for the double into the SBA. No, it drops! No! That is going to be the end of the round as a result. Oh no, as long as Kyoku gets his combo, that they do. Tragic for Senpai Spider right there.
After all that, Senpai Spider betrayed by their SVA. What a way for that to finish out. Oh, that's a heartbreaker, but that's only just a game one. Plenty of wiggle room to bounce back and come back stronger. as Senpai Spider just getting that offense going and really coming at Kyoku heavy.
Kyoku having a difficult time dealing with the hops at mid-range right at the moment, but gets a big jump in. Yeah, nice chunk of corner carry. Goes straight for the SBA again. We saw this in the set versus Senpai. More than happy to pull the trigger on that to get that corner carry. 1 BP for Senpai Spider right now, but very, very careful. The safe jump is going to demolish that DP and demolish that remaining life bar. No, doesn't use the fireball afterwards.
Okay. Try to go for the hop over cross up EX air arrow, but Kyoku just jumping back on wake up, just saying, I don't want any of the mix-ups. I have this life lead. I just need 1 bit of chip, and that'll be a wrap. And didn't cancel the first hit of close H or far H.
Yeah, suddenly this is looking quite dangerous for Kyoku, but even with the air stall on the air Starry Sky, not enough to avoid the fireball.
Yeah, that's also tragic. Just like you see just a saw wheel right under you, just fall right in to end that round. And Kyoku one round away from sending a Senpai Spider into the loser's side and moving on to the winner's semis.
Superb awareness from Senpai on the clash right there. That's going to be a lot of damage. No, it doesn't pick up with the second butterfly. Challenges after the U aerial arrow, and that's going to result in a lot of damage for Kyoku.
Nicely spent. Give me that BP, give me that life. And now you're still stuck in this corner. Your options are limited, not even a UDP. Full confirm, finding the 6-6L. And this is looking grim for Senpai Spider. One last chance.
Yep. Oh, that was a beautiful offensive sequence. I loved the link with the 6-6L against the crouching right there. Just able to maximize that damage as much as possible, manage those cooldowns, and take the set in a clean 2-0.
I even just like that small, like the knockdown off of the triple attack, right? Utilizing the fact that a lot of those overhead finishers on airborne opponents will spike him to the ground and set up a nice advantage. And just really, really well played. You know, the offensive structure, that's always a thing that players practice like the most on. And you can see really shining bright for Kyoku once they can found their rhythm and effectively just mixing up those tools and really bringing it home is that jump H. Ugh.
Yep. And of course, this was the heartbreaker round, whiffing that SBA, not, I think, mismanaging the combo limit right there, not able to get the proper hit, and as a result, Senpai losing that game, having to play on the back foot, and Kyoku capitalizing beautifully throughout the remainder of the set.
Yeah, and 2 winners, semis they go. And that's rounding things out as Kyoku's going to be facing off against Sin a little bit later on in a battle to get to that winner's finals. So top 8 berth for Kyoku Reset, who, you know, at least in the 15 weeks I've seen of WASD for Granblue, not really seen them much up there. So really good on them for hitting it on the winner's side.
Coming up next, we've got Luna versus Jaehan. I think Cagliostro this time, first time on the stream. Once again against Jaehan Seox. Jaehan having that very, very close set versus Matal's 2B earlier. Really came down to the wire, closing out with that Raging Strike. Now has to navigate the plethora of traps that Cagliostro has at her disposal.
So, you know, we talked about way early in the stream, right? Where our last week's winner, Artorius, was still grinding out the game and entering the bracket. But do you know why we haven't seen him yet?
He got knocked into losers early, didn't he?
He took a ride on the Wii! Losing 2-1 as, you know, we taking out last week's champ to losers, but then Makona answering back. So the other match after this will be Makona versus Professor Nekotech.
Of course, still has that chance in the loser side of things, and I do not envy anyone who has to run into Artorius in losers. Slow start this time, but Jaehan making use of that new perspective, the 5U, to close the gap immediately.
The absolute clown shoes combination here on the side of Jaehan. Just the kid's mask with the RGB outfit.
Yep.
Only missing the rave fingers. Right now, raving through as Lunar's just being torn apart here as Cagliostro just getting no inch of space, no time to set anything up or power up, and just running it down with the ultimate slash. Just brutal.
Yeah, the speed of that U execution, just it's such a good gap closer and just allows Seox to threaten a range on the ground that he hasn't really been able to threaten with that much speed and ferocity before.
Just what one of the fastest characters on the ground needed, huh?
Yep. Carrying to the corner, probably going to cash out. No, goes for the reset instead. This is going to be a lot of damage as well. Raging Strike going to get the execution into another Gate of Demons, and that is going to be some real interesting damage from Seox.
Y'all are way too kind over there in Europe. Maybe we just find things interesting that we don't. Couldn't be sure, but there's an EX teleport. Okay, Lunar finally getting some damage and opportunity here right into SSBA. Because all that glitters is gold right here. Is the prettiest alchemist around. Finds a nice knockdown. And it's able to set something up here. Try to go for a throw. Actually was Jahan going for the grab. And then the anti-air. How unfortunate as EX air teleport gets hit by the Raging Strike, aka oops, my brave counter didn't work, but hey, it's okay.
Yep. You know, that teleport was very much done with the intention to bait brave counter and throw, and sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Jahan taking the first game and establishing offense once again real early. Oh, goes for the double hit on the high this time. Not ready it was Luna. Look at all this damage once again. Going to get the double Gate of Demons in the combo.
The character of all time. Is this the replay? It looks just like we saw last time. Oh wait, it's just 6.
Indeed it is.
Okay, Lunar out of hell has escaped the gates of hell, but what can they do out of it, right? Even on block that counter, no problem there. And now we're just setting up the brave counter worse.
Ooh, big far heavy right there. That's going to result in a lot of damage. 1 BP damage as well, linked straight into the SSBA, boosted damage because it was the technical input linked into. Is that going to be enough to get the KO? No, just shy.
My goodness. Character chance, empty hand. Oh, what a dodge.
Yep, greedy and antsy from Jahan right there. Luna just taking a moment to react and stay composed.
Okay, nice teleports just to maintain that right distance you want, even avoiding the empty hands. So some cooldown's gone, but you're in the corner for your troubles here. Lunar not wanting to spend a brave point yet, and doesn't have to, finds a hit.
Oh, the huge Gate of Demons raining down from the sky.
Okay.
DP, good spot dodge, but still stuck in the corner versus this Seox offense.
Tough spot. Ooh, gets a hit with execution. No, I was about to say, Jahan not really going for any grabs, but I mean, grabs you can tech. Grabs can reset the space, and now just listening to me gets the throws. But Brave counters the Raging Strike from Lunar. Lunar reacts.
Nice action.
Oh my
the Thunder
goodness.
Flash to call out the sweep. Very nice. Jahan now, once again, set point.
It's not often you see people cleanly call out Cagliostro's sweep. You know it's going to come out because it's one of her best buttons. Oh, wait a minute. Nice hit out of the air. And then another hit with the trap there as Lunar is in control.
Luna playing that defensive situation really, really beautifully. Spot dodges the attack, but still in a bad spot.
Hey, Jahan not really opting the block here, just attempting to take it all on the chin. Nice reaction there as Lunar gets sliced up. Still has a lead though, but it's 6 time. 6 o'clock, as they say.
Yep. Oh, now very close to potential death. Oh! No capitalization right there. Good luck, and the chip from the H-Spear. Gonna put a game on the board for Luna.
What a situation there, right? Throughout the unique ball, as slow as it is, and just punishing the dodge so they, Jahan with no life to give. But now taking all of Lunar's here as Lunar's early Brave counter into the teleport into a throw. Just nice little sequence there to get this screen space and gets a punish.
Yep. Real nice and
hand.
early on that spot dodge. Oh my goodness. No punishes on either side.
Good neutral jump, and then the Brave counter putting Lunar in the corner. Oh, what a trade of spaces. Lunar making great decisions on those teleports, working out effectively, getting these hits, and just no longer letting Jaehan remain in control and he's not able to use Six's mobility or those skills as effectively as they did in the first game.
Yep. Now Luna, of course, just holding on to that momentum, and now their turn to apply that pressure. No, chooses not to Brave counter aggressively to keep the corner confident enough in the way that they're playing neutral right now to be able to save it for later.
A lot of respect here, recognizing, Lunar does have the reversal ready to go, but execution connects. Gonna go immediately into Skybound Dart, just get that damage going.
Saves the cooldown for Gate of Demons as well. Probably gonna use it in pressure right there, of course.
Had a BP to give, so I don't, I'm not against it using against that ultimate skill there. Nice 2-2 6XM. Gets rid of any kind of spike traps. But Lunar, clean hit. Wait a minute.
Yep, only one BP, and that's gonna be the set for Luna, taking it 2-1.
So it pretty much did come down to using that one Brave point at that point after Jaehan got it back. Had 3 fully on deck, but then Brave countered the ultimate skill even though they blocked it. And then after that one confirm from Lunar, just finished the job and a really good reversal after a very dominant game 1 from Jaehan.
Once again, we're just seeing that final clip. Luna making a lot of key adjustments to Seox's plethora of strong tools. We saw those preemptive spot dodges versus stuff like the empty hand versus the Gate of Demons, allowing Luna openings to get those punishes and just play at the pace that they wanted to.
Oh, I mean, super, super well done. I mean, being able to make the adjustments like that effectively and, maintaining your composure after getting kind of blown out, right? So it's a testament to Lunar, who's been, mashing these fighting games for a hot minute now and sticking to like the anime games that they really love and enjoy. So the Kaguya really on fire here, making it into top 8 as they will face the winner of our next match between Makona and Professor Nekotech.
Yep, UL versus Matera, Arun battle. Speed versus more speed, I guess. Just speed in the air, speed on the ground.
I think we got a matcherino donation as well. We did. Dr. Sauce, thank you for throwing even more into the matcherino. G-Tech, thank you for the donation as well. We have 16 codes left, a few hundred people watching, so plenty of people to claim codes. Please visit the link in chat, !matcherino on both YouTube and Twitch. Click the blue claim code button, 25 free cents into the pot. We're 25% of the way to top 4 payout. So
nice.
If you're able to, consider making a donation. We do have the sponsor quest. You may or may not be able to claim it. It seems some people are able to and some people are not. I'm not quite sure what the region actually is. But at the very least, claim the codes and just get that free money straight into the pot.
Yeah, absolutely. Matcherino always doing great stuff for all these players week in and week out, and everyone wants to, enjoy their. If you're able to and you have it, the holiday weekend. I have Friday off, so I'm excited. So we have a little bit extra money for a player to make things nice. All right. So here we go, Virium. We're rounding out our top 8 winners. It's going to be either the Yule or the Matera, and what is going to be 4 unique characters, no matter what, in the winner side. And this is the second chance for Matera to make a top 8 statement. We saw Senpai Spider get sent to losers and trying to deal their way through, but Nekotech with a shot here to make her claim in top 8 winners side.
Yeah, definitely a player who is no stranger to top 8s at these weeklies, both in base and of course in rising as well. But Makona definitely not going to make it easy for her.
Absolutely. And Makona, part of the really strong Midwest coalition. I know big ups to Callisto, who has people over in the Waifu Dome time and time again, like Chris Chaos, Bapala, Makona, K-Tang. And they're all playing against each other and getting very, very strong. One of the really strong scenes here in the United States. Makona already out the gate pretty handily, forcing out a Brave counter.
Nakotech now just setting up those projectiles. Oh, big catch in the air. Consecutively as well. Look at that corner damage coming out from UL. Air hit meant that couldn't extend after the next Fox Flame, but this is going to be, once again, a lot of damage in the corner. Cash out. Makona taking the first round.
Yeah, taking an inch and then a mile. Just, again, that's the kind of the hard part with Matera, right? No real good tools in this version of the game to escape these corners. So once just put in that situation, it's just so hard to deal with all this offense.
Now, oh, big counter on the close heavy right there. Not going to build the meter for the Fox Flame extension, but still, great corner carrier and catches the Brave counter attempt with the throw.
All right, ultimate, just to make some space here. Nakotech fighting for her life a little bit, but finding counter hits, finding damage. It's adding up and has a small lead here.
Lost frames, tries to respect potential press or Brave counter or DP. Nakotech not biting though.
Dangerous territory here. Makona has 100% on their gauge, waiting for their chance to trade though. Could have been huge.
Yeah,
Chip
would have.
adding.
Had that not popped the butterfly, that would have low profiled the arrow and led to a big confirm from Makona, but Nakotech playing that war of attrition successfully, able to take the round back.
A dangerous game, but a one that they won nonetheless. Round apiece. Both players here, but a counter hit close heavy. It's going to be huge right into the starlit sky. Nice simple extension here, going to set up something good and meaty. It's the grab to more damage.
Simple with the throw this time. Use that fast walk speed of UL's. Mashes out versus the stance. Lovely spot dodge timing, but not able to get the wall bounce there, unfortunately.
Rough spot, but still really good. I mean, Brave counter to the corner. Brave counter doing just enough damage, never killing, but setting up a good finish here. But nice empty low into super skybound art.
Yeah,
really smart from Nakotech. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just great decision so that she now has the BP advantage. And has to be very, very careful of those potential raging strikes. Hits in general are going to deal a ton.
There's two more to give. Nakotech with the space though. Okay.
I said though, Nakotech does have to be concerned about firing arrows at certain ranges. I was going to say that Makona did have access to SBA if they wanted to use it, but instead tried to go for the 2-3-6U and it unfortunately failed. Nakotech taking the first game.
Yeah, nice answer back. It's really, really good. I mean, when you could recognize when your opponent's really just trying to like chip you away with Brave counters, and you either like get around them by going for those empty lows, or just more than gladly to like take that Brave point lead back with that super skybound art, you really like turn that like checkmate against them. So well played. Is Makona already full steam ahead, answering back strong in game number 2, but they couldn't close it out in game 1. See what they can do here. Oh, the check, nice.
Checks the 214HM. That 214HM at a decent number of spacings, you can throw punish it. Something that I feel like a lot of players don't realize, but in that situation it was fine. Managed to check it instead.
I love that block there from Nakotech. Just using the Brave counter to make sure that butterfly stay meaty, but unfortunately Starlit Sky cuts through once more, and Makona with the early lead here in game number 2.
We saw this in the first game as well. Makona establishing the first round and the Nakotech answering back. Air unblockable thanks to the butterfly again with punishing this time the 214HM.
All right, more good offense here, but again, Brave counters giving Nakotech what little space and turning it into a lot of space actually, and damage and a life lead.
Yep. Now Makona again a little bit antsy and this deficit, trying to brute force their way in. Lovely anti-air SBA from Nakotech. So ready, so comfortable with this spacing that she's been in time and time again.
when she can force the game into what she likes to play, right? You're playing Matera to have this mid to far screen advantage, to control the timing and the spacing. Nice clip, because Nekotech got those BP back, Makona's like, all right, this is another situation, guaranteed brave counter. I got this. Nekotech said, psych. Stop trying to read me. I am a college level book. It ain't happening.
Very, very nice. So get the pick up after that 6XL. It would have been very substantial for Makona. Now Nekotech, set point potentially to get into winner's side top 8.
I mean, Makona at this point is kind of trying a little too hard to brute force their way in. Either with the 6XLs or the far M's, just eating arrow after arrow, butterfly after butterfly. Even those EX Starlit Skies just not being the right answer. And Nekotech is just letting Makona just hang themselves.
Nekotech just choosing, cycling her options after her fire heavies really well, keeping Makona on their toes constantly, unable to really kind of get those arrow habits down. As a result, it's been real bleak for Makona right now, but cannot count them out just yet. Nekotech is on only 1 BP and is stuck near the corner. One solid opening could do it, but that opening is not going to happen in the face of that DP. Nekotech advancing to winner's side top 8.
And there we have it. Our top 8 winners are secured. Makona getting sent to the loser side. Nekotech Matera, one of the two, do make it into that winner side with, again, just playing to the strength of just saying, you gotta have to chill out. You can't force your way through a brick wall. You're not the Kool-Aid man. You can't just bust right in and make it easy. You're going to take a lot of damage, and you're going to get sent right back to where you're packing. Do not pass go. Do not click $200. I'm mixing up my metaphors, but it's okay.
Indeed. Yeah. Against Matera, it's very, very important to be able to try to dissect. But it is something that takes practice, something that takes time. And yeah, Nekotech is very, very seasoned at dealing with all sorts of players.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, we saw from the bracket there, we have 2 Materas in top 8. Senpai Spider climbing up to the loser side to eliminating Wii 2-0 to get to that point there, right? So really well done. And we're rounding out the rest of them with some other matches to see who will be on that loser side as Coach Steve and Council are playing. Council losing in round 1 and going all the way to the losers to get to round 5, facing Coach Steve. Winner of that faces Senpai Spider. And then we also have what would be Makona versus Trip Explosion. I believe to see who gets to face in a match, which after that will be the winner of Jahan and Artorius. So Jahan Artorius sounds like a blast. Artorius beating Callisto 2-1 when what can't be nothing short of a nail biter. So big ups to old man Callisto doing it good for us. For not, I wouldn't say us, but for the fair and balanced, fundamentalists out there.
Yeah, I know. Callisto, obviously, renowned cat player, renowned event organizer from the base game. Still chugging along at this game. Definitely having more of a struggle in this game, just based on the way that the game as a whole is played, the way that his character is played. It can definitely make it more difficult for Cat. Has to kind of play that 6XL game more so than the far medium 2M poking game that she loved to play in the previous game. But we are not going to be watching Cat. Instead, we are going to be getting into our first winners semi-final set between Kyoku and Sin. Sin looking very hot versus Coach Steve in their previous set.
And I love it. This is one of those little matchups you see is like, okay, after all is said and done, who will win like next week's patch lottery? What will we see after it's all said and done? I don't think players will be switching up their mains anytime soon, but the strength of their...
Okay, this is the lead, but launching back.
All right, I think we're back to normal here. And so far, Kyoku, small lead, keeping us in the corner. We're just going to trade hits back and forth until the first break counter. There we go.
Managing to jump out the corner, very crucial for Sin right there. Tries to go for the throw bait with the J22U. Very high reward if it's able to connect. Gets the counter confirm off the far heavy, and this should be enough to get the KO, I think. No, not just yet.
I like that. Yeah, Kyoku not having spent any BP at that point, so just to maintain a little bit of life here. Has the SSB available. Nice quick tech. But yeah, 2M. The shin check. Great stuff from Sin, getting their composure back.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, when you think of good 2Ms, a lot of people in this game thinking of Siegfried, but you cannot sleep on Zoe's. It actually reaches even further than Siegfried's, and it's the same speed. Incredible button for the character.
Oh, speaking of 2Ms, the god of 2M himself,
Yeah,
Belial,
of course.
hitting the check. Right, here's our first BP down, but that jump's going to get scouted out. Nice. With the anti-air. And
Really like the decision to go for DP there to cover that angle, even if they empty jump. Oh, Asaboze is going to get punished, and that is going to be game 1 for Sin.
yeah, Zoe oblivious to any of Belial's advances. And it's working on her favor, okay? No punish on the 6-6H. Oh, Clash Fives. And nice answer from Kyoku.
Throw to start off that offense.
Didn't want to brave the anti-air there. Take a chance on it, not even with the DP. It's going to be Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah, Ultimate Dragon, just Ace Dragon into Ultimate Dragon is such a solid chunk of damage, especially since, you know, Zoe's skills don't go on cooldown until she runs out of Dragon meter, and as a result, you get the full damage from that Ultimate Dragon. No compromise.
And no nothing here for Kyoku, who's just being stopped at every single moment, trying to fight back. And you know, we saw in the last match that put Kyoku into like the winner's side, right? Was always able to kind of win these scraps or come out ahead from it, but Sin is just stopping the scrambles, right? Shutting it down by placing buttons really well or just being outside of Belial's effective range.
Yeah, just making such fantastic use of those dragon specials, cycling between them fantastically. That should be a punish. No, not able to reach. That actually might be kind of awkward for Belial. It is -8 on block, I believe, but if the 2M can't reach, for instance, then it'll be a bit troublesome.
I see. Maybe that's why you see Sin just going for that effectively, learning a little something today. If that is the case, then nice 6XL. Extend it with the Raging Chain. Plenty of extension left to go too with the ultimate skill. Spinning slash into the checkmate. Almost. Not quite.
Just smothering now with that L Dragon, the M Dragon. Nice counter poke right there, using the far medium, just creating that wall. That Kyoku not able to break through. Sin, another quick set with the 2-0 to advance to winners finals.
Man, Sin Zoe is just a treat. There's not many players who just bring out this character's full potential, and it's always fun to watch, right? Taking down like Coach Steve is a feat in and of itself, and then you get your first winners top 8 match pretty handily. You know, just really playing a matchup effectively as well too, right? But especially, you know, Belial's one of those characters you will know you face, so utilizing whatever character advantage that you comes from it, right? Super strong from a smart player, and excited to see what they can do in winners finals.
Yeah, Sin just absolutely powering through this bracket so far. Hasn't dropped a single game. I don't even know if they've dropped a round so far. Didn't drop a round versus Kyoku. Didn't drop a round versus Coach Steve. So I don't know if they dropped any rounds in their previous sets versus Burning Gundam and Callisto, but looking absolutely on fire so far.
Yeah, and now we'll see if either Professor Necotech or Lunar can put out that fire, if they're well equipped to shut down Miss Dragon herself, as Sin will be facing off either against a Matera or a Cagliostro. And I really don't think Sin is like upset about that. I think in this spot you're just like, hey, you know, when you're at like Sin's level, right? Every bracket you're thinking, all right, it's gonna be the Siegfried. There's gonna be a Nier. There's gonna be, you know, Lancelot or something more. But no, outside of like Coach Steve, right? That was like the biggest character hurdle in the way. So they are eating well today.
Yep, definitely. Zoe definitely more than
Beacon of
equipped
Steve.
to be able to fight
Coach Steve out.
Characters. But Coach Steve has been eliminated by Council 2-1, so they will be up against Senpai Spider in top 8. And in terms of the remaining set, we'll be waiting on the result of Makona versus Trip Explosion, who was able to take it 2-1 over Uber Cheesecake, who I know has been doing exceptionally well in a lot of the online brackets as well with the Ladiva.
Mind you, that Council lost first round winners to Wii. And since then, right, their road to top 8 loser side. We'll cover when we get to them. But that's incredible. Having a hell of a run. So big ups to Council. But, your road has just got a little, it's going to still be tough.
Yeah, there's
that's
still
fun.
Plenty of hurdles to overcome. And Senpai Spider definitely isn't an easy one. But, of course, next up we are going to be having Nekotech, a very different Matera. All of the different Materas have kind of their own gameplay identity. They all play differently. They all kind of use their zoning tools differently. Oftentimes they capitalize on punishes differently and value different tools in different situations. So definitely an expressive character among the cast, has been for quite some time.
No, yeah, and it's fun to see, right? I mean, I remember the qualifier, the Granblue Cup special in Japan for having a potential for putting a Matera into the Arc World Tour Finals, just like coming just a little bit short, right? And just like giving that little glimmer of hope is like there is a thread that we can carry on to victory, even as hard as it may be and as unstable as that thread can be, right? So, big ups to the Matera players for sticking to it, grinding their teeth. Maybe like, putting Twitter away after a while because they know they have choice words for the game and how it plays, but they're still at it and they're making it count. And let's see what Professor Nekotech can do against Lunar, who's been a Cagliostro that's been consistent and strong all throughout the rising time.
Yeah, even though, obviously, much like the other zoners, the zoning aspect of Cagliostro's game is not quite as potent as it used to be, she has gained other advantages. Her offense, very, very scary. Her damage, consistent and high. Just able to kind of establish control and side switch very easily as well. Lovely delay right there. Even though Nekotech got that big opening, suddenly Luna is the one all in control right now. The 2U is going to close out the first round.
And that's just the momentum characters like that, right? That's always the tough part, especially when like you have a character like Cagliostro who's known for making good side swaps. So even when you have her under pressure, even in the corner, can turn that around immediately. And then just the amount of like denial that the character can do, especially against a character like Zone like Matera. I mean, this was a very popular matchup that we saw time and time again at the end of Vanilla, right? So they definitely know how to face off against each other, and we've seen it, it comes out of more of a player matchup.
And that's another powerful aspect of Cagliostro. Just her air game is so good. Just a combination of fantastic jump normals, lovely call out on the 6-6M right there, and a great DP to stop the jump.
Okay, here we go. Light lead for Nekotech. Needs to like work their way into this the 50 meter. There it is with that nice block. So has the ultimate DP readily available, but a teleport forward into the 2U forces out the first Brave counter from Nekotech.
Yeah, but all this time has passed and neither player has really spent their BP. We're just seeing a lot of this full screen action. The 2U again is going to seal the game. 1-0 for Luna.
I kind of like that, save that BP. Like you said, hold on to it for moments like that, where 2U into it would just finish the job there. And that's just like a tough spot, right? Because Lunar was just matching the patience with patience.
Yeah, and I imagine this is a very frustrating matchup for Matera in this game. Normally your zoning is kind of your arrows are something that the opponent has to properly navigate around, but Cagliostro has her own plethora of projectiles. The spear is such a good anti-projectile tool in conjunction with the rock, making it so difficult, on top of the disparity in rewards between these two characters.
Oh, went for the taking my turn back with the ultimate. And it's also tough too, because like having such like so many of Matera's skills being for just standard projectile ultimates, right? Just it's so much meter spent on them when like you want to keep your DP, but they're like very important tools because they beat out the other like ultimate projectiles. But I think they're compared to other characters, they're very easily avoided.
Lovely timing on that teleport from Luna, just to get out the corner once again. Just all this damage piled on, and of course the pressure with the trap. A lovely bait on the DP.
Okay, doesn't get the 2H, but tough spot here until nice opportunity. Sets up the butterfly side swap. Good patience here from Nekotech. Has one last chance. Oh, scary spot though.
You see Nekotech constantly trying to challenge, but this time the teleport able to catch and punish. Luna taking it 2-0 to move on to winners finals.
All right, that's gonna be Lunar versus Sin. Cagliostro versus Zoe as Lunar's final there, and you see just that end there, right? You do that delay jump, maybe bait out a Brave. If you're not a Brave counter, right? You bait out someone's Raging Strike or the throw, and that's been like one of it's always been strong in this game, but I think even stronger now with throws being as fast as they are, and people rely on them more as like their pseudo reversal. Characters that can bait a throw from like point blank range and find a reward from it stocks have gone up, really, really well. And you see that from, a lot of the good characters and some of the other ones that maybe aren't like the top tier, right? So it's always nice to have that kind of tool in this game and make it count.
Yeah, obviously Matera has those kinds of tools as well with the TK arrow. Zoe having J22U, very, very strong tool as well. Coming up next, we have 2B, another character who has great throw rates, as we saw in Matal set, making use of that JU. And I know Senpai Spider has actually been
Senpai on the 2B.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I know that they've been dabbling with the 2B as of late. Of course, previously dedicated to both the Matera and the Anre, the 2B now probably Senpai's kind of closest answer to try to play the game that they want to play in the rising environment to a greater success than Matera and Anre.
Council though, man, this is again another player that has gone through hell and high water to get to this point, beating Sen Poppy, Matal, Blue, Coach Steve, and now wants to add Senpai Spider to the list. I saw like almost 10,000 games on Council's player card. This is a person has been playing their heart out and getting their chance on this big stage here at WASD, but Senpai Spider having some distance here, gets the grapple, gets the full combo.
Yep. I like the choice to go for the grapple there, just having used the laser so much to kind of condition the defense with the rock from Council.
Okay, nice blocks to Senpai Spider. One of a very patient player, right? Always going to be happy to kind of wait things out and take their turn, just coming from playing as Matera. Although unfortunate, the grapple does have that weakness. If you can recognize it, bait it out, a lot of recovery on it. Small life lead Senpai Spider. Ultimate gets stuffed.
Yeah, surprised that Senpai didn't go for a Raging Strike to Raging Chain sequence right there, and is actually going to lose the round for not capitalizing more off of that heavy string.
Yeah, tough spot. And then getting hit by the Raging Strike check. Not the way you want it to go. Here come the laser beams. I think laser, not really talked about enough, but I think it's one of the best projectiles in the game. Like, bar none.
Yeah, quick full screen. It doesn't pierce like one may think, but it is a very solid, quick full screen option to harass. No Council, once again, establishing a corner pressure.
Brave Mirage. Using that. I mean, that's twice it's connected. Nice.
Yeah, that Pod B just holding down the full screen for Senpai, just kind of playing this very slow, very methodical, but not getting big reward off of these hits as a result. And
oh, too slow. Doesn't get the whip punish, and the walk back. Council finds the shimmy, finds the finish, taking game 1 as Senpai Spider just maybe a little bit too much zoning. A little too much of that far range play, and then using up so much of the laser as much as they did. They didn't have the skill points at those certain moments when they might have needed them. So, I mean, I understand like trying to win out that neutral war and get that small life lead against Cagliostro, but Council, you know, took their time and made it count when they got their hits.
Mm.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Senpai now swapping back to the Matera. It's tried and true, already unleashing the EX arrow.
All right, another patient matchup as Council's just navigating their way through, but the 2H, nice snipe. Instant great damage. Now we're just going to take our pot shots with the butterflies aplenty and just trying to keep Council locked and loaded here in this corner.
Senpai backing off, just wants to maintain this full screen range as much as possible, play this war of attrition. Trigger the butterfly, look at all that chip that is gradually mounting up on the side of Council. Senpai, plenty of resources, plenty of BP, but gets clipped by the far heavy, but doesn't lead to anything.
Right, blocks up the ultimate ball, ultimate arrow. Nice, hits out the air trap. And that was a delayed raging strike. Nice, just patience from Council, recognizing not going to throw. Oh, but you're getting a little too cheeky, friend.
Yep. The DP saying none of that. That was scary for Senpai after all of that control that they had right there. Had Council been ready to block that DP, that would have been the round in their favor instead.
But hey, no risk, no reward. Nice delay there with the air setup, and now just small chance. Council just inching their way forward, takes that trade any day of the week.
Yep. Oh, that's a huge anti-air. The lingering JL leaving you in that counter state the whole time.
Oh, great teleport, and the spike too, making the most of the situation. Council, though, with 100% meter, has an opportunity here to do something really funny, but has to get in first.
Yeah, again, just Senpais are playing this super slow, just waiting until they have those arrows available to be able to contest the rock. Lovely anti-air. Unfortunately, doesn't get the rest of the great range.
Yeah, running out of anything here. Even spent some of the bar just trying to find a chance, but Senpai Spider's been in this situation more times than any other player and just happily runs away, gets the kill as Council's just grasping at straws.
Big 2H for Senpai right there. Sets up the butterflies as well.
These jumps from Council, I mean, even with the teleports and trying to time things really tricky, have just been getting anti-air left and right, and no, the spike denied. Senpai Spider finds that time to just rush in, get the damage, sets up a fadeaway, avoiding the Brave counter, just waiting for an opportunity here. One hit to seal the deal in this round and go to match point.
And this is the first time that Senpai's really kind of heavily engaged on offense right there. Again, now the DP just kind of ramping up the pace of the gameplay. Good trade for Senpai right there. Council losing a ton of meter and getting sniped out the sky once again by that DP.
Those arrows are not missing their mark at all. Senpai Spider, you know, just never out of sorts playing their girl Matera, and just every decision, every shot just striking true as Council is just looking at a loss right now.
Yeah. Struggling to get out of the corner. Finally finds a big hit. Gonna go into the next trap. Look at all that damage. Suddenly a complete reversal of fate here.
But now what do you do here? Nice neutral jump to get things going, but you haven't been able to open up Senpai's Matera too much. Finds another one there. So at least it's starting to work out on the offense here. But, ooh, baby. Nice try.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. I like the shimmy attempt, but I also love the patience from Senpai Spider, not committing to any kind of preemptive tech.
Oh, find the hit. What a perfect jump. That was the one time they needed to be perfectly out of space for the ultimate DP, and it just worked out with the ultimate just trap in the face. But full screen anti-air. It's a little something, but it was a trade, looked like.
Threading the needle past that.
Ooh.
Final game, final round.
Oh, I love Senpai just trying to challenge with the far M, but being able to shift your position in the air Full combo. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Goes for the butterfly setup. Oh, empty low this time.
Ankle snapped. Big shot here. Senpai Spider needing one more hit. Anything will do, and the empty low will do it again. It's so nice. I'll do it twice. As Senpai Spider eliminates Council, ending their huge run here at WASD at 7th place. And advancing forward as Senpai Spider trying to reclaim their throne as that top Matera.
Yeah, and the thing about the empty lows against Matera is they're kind of more so in this game, they're definitely a fake mix-up where like a properly timed fuzzy block is going to just cover everything. You don't need to really react to anything because she doesn't have the double overhead on JM anymore. So if you properly time that fuzzy block, you will be able to cover it. But I think, you know, maybe people haven't been as practiced in that defense against Matera as they would have liked, and as a result, you know, you get caught by those openings.
Hey, it's always good, right? Knowing what has been hitting and consistently going for it, because the thing is, like, if your opponent is not defending correctly against that one thing, keep throwing it at them until you can answer me back.
Yep.
In a way that stops me from just doing this one thing over and over again. That's not on me. That's on you. And that's always kind of the hard part of it, right? Because in the moment, right, when it comes down to that one decision and you get hit by the same thing twice, it's like you're playing RPS and the person keeps throwing out scissors. You're like, this time they're gonna do paper this time. I just know it. And then it, you know, whichever way it goes around, right? It's just how it is sometimes. And Senpai Spider just so used to those situations and capitalizing off of it. So really made it fun to see them in action, and that's going to set up our next matches. We finally get to see Artorius on the screen and their opponent Makona, and it's the Artorius Jita.
Not the Siegfried this time, going for the Jita. Jita, you know, Jita's always been, I feel like, the golden child in GBVS over Gran for quite some time. She's always had the a lot of fortunate aspects about her that have really allowed her to adapt to the environments that she's in very, very well. Once again, that is unsafe, punishable to throw, so you want to go for throw versus 214 HM. But again, she's just maintained that fantastic meterless corner carry. Very, very solid, consistent, stable damage. Great buttons all around. And looping cooldowns as well, as we are seeing in full effect.
Absolutely. And it's just like, you know, it's a fun character, always kind of watch through. You know, Gamera always like writing the blueprint, and even whatever changes she got in Rising, you know, still maintaining just her status as like the top protagonist.
Yeah. Tried to get a little bit fancy with the combo there. Could have easily gone for an SBA earlier in the combo, ends up dropping it, but no problem for Artorius, managing to maintain the victory nonetheless.
Okay. Rising DP gets some action to escape the corner. Makona on offense, though, gets a throw, gets a great meaty as well, and now leading into some nice damage.
And this is the link from the close light, close heavy link, and that's going to be a big JU right there. Send it full into the corner.
Right. In Makona's defense, they do have all their BP ready to go. It's going to have to lose 2 of them, so it's not going to take as much damage as they might have from this, but still, Artorius bringing it back in huge fashion, and with the EX restocked. Oh no, Spell and Doom.
Chooses not to expend the fireball right there.
Ooh.
Oh, again, that was an opportunity to win the entire game right there, had they just gone for the throw punish instead of brave countering right there, but still, Artorius once again keeping that composure and taking that game.
Yeah, and just seeing that with punish, 6XL catching the recovery of the 2M. Makona really was enjoying a nice turnaround there, but I mean, just that one combo all the way through just turned the tide there, and it's hard to get their footing back in as Artorius already striking first blood, full conversion in the corner here. Going to set up a little bit of power charge on the 5U, and here we go. Another big combo as just Makona's life is just draining slowly but steadily.
And Artorius is just keeping it very, very simple, very fundamentally sound. And look at that. Makona has been hit twice so far, and most of that life bar is gone. One throw will do it. Safe jump.
The double, but the triple denied. Try to have a brave counter war. Doesn't quite work out, and Artorius on match point. I want to see that. I don't think I've not seen that yet, where both players use up all of their break points, just countering each other's counters.
Mhm.
That's going to be the most cursed interaction, so I'm excited.
Makona able to intercept the Artorius 6XL with their own. Open up the offense. Delay throw, very nice. Gets a big counter hit on the stance M. It's gonna be a lot of damage.
What do you do though? We saw what Artorius did. Artorius used one chance. That's it. Okay, they're dead. So we don't get a chance. Thanks.
Don't get the chance thanks to the link into the SBA once again doing that increased technical input damage. Makona keeping themselves alive here in top 8 losers.
Alright, needs a lot more than that though. It's still match point for Artorius here. As Makona, there's some cooldown. The cooldown on the fireball is gone. At the very least, took a risk, rolled the dice, finds the EXDP, and finds a 2H into the full link. Nice conversion.
Willing to go for that DP, knowing that once again Artorius not going for the throws to get those punishes. The stance M again, able to get the hit. Makona getting a ton of damage in the corner once again. Solid opening will be enough. There's the first throw. You've almost got 100 meter as well.
Good meaty to 5L. Any chip will do at this point.
Yeah.
The patience, the double dodge. Mario Kart, no good though. And Makona answers back, ties things up 1-1 as the offense shines bright. Con.
Battle 1.
You're getting a little bit desperate on defense there, but what can you do? You're stuck in the corner versus UL. Gets the punish with the 6XL, carrying all the way to the corner and the full extension. From around start position, some things never change.
Ooh, big check, and then another accidental raging strike. We're just giving up big hit, and Artorius taking full advantage of it.
Yep. Goes heavy into the SBA, drain that BP. One more hit should do it with the resources that Artorius has. Both the Wrecker and the Fireball.
Okay, there's our counter war, and then just the wait with the sick close L. Nicely done. Artorius is, again, back on match point against Makona. But Makona has shown that they can strike back at Artorius and take some rounds, but they got to dig deep here. Already going into stance, not quite working against the fireball, and then counter hit 6-6 and crouching. It's going to lead to huge damage.
Good recognition of the counter, able to go for the close heavy instead of a light or a medium right there. Get that extra bit of damage.
Okay, nice escape out of the corner, but 6-6L, the great equalizer.
Yep. Goes for the plus frames this time, just from 214H.
Alright, Makona really trying to take their turn here, get something going, finds a counter to confirm, but the throw with could have been huge, has one last chance.
Just that quick sink pressure from Jita. Not going to get any kind of punish from that range, and respects the RPS potential, but the sweep to close it out. Artorius advancing 2-1 throughout the top 8 on the Jita.
And I kind of like this from players, showcasing their other characters. As you know, everyone likes to complain about the Siegfrieds and the power of how strong he can be and how ruthless. But you know what? You know, Artorius got a lot more depth than I was expecting, and it's cool to see, you know, a character coming out after they get 2 big wins in a row with Siegfried, and if they can make one with Jita, it'd be an even better statement, as he's really going to make his mark before the tour season really begins.
Yep. Juggling these very well-rounded, strong characters, and honestly, it's always worthwhile having a bunch of different characters under your belt, especially when they are capable of so much. But we're gonna have Professor Nekotech versus Senpai Spider, and not going to be starting with the Matera Mirror. Instead, Matera versus 2B, it seems.
I like this. I love seeing Senpai Spider just have the new character on the block, right? Gonna be soon the not latest DLC come next week, but still a treat to watch. And you can tell that Senpai Spider is putting a lot of time into her as well, ever since the release.
Yeah, admittedly, I haven't seen I don't think I've really seen too much of this particular matchup. I'm very curious to see how the projectiles interact with each other. Of course, Senpai Spider having access to that 214M, the wire, to be able to pierce through at full screen range.
Well, also a big thing here in this matchup like this. There's so much of this like mid-screen range that 2B is going to be able to control that Nekotech might be able to take like a turn, but it's limited. There's not really any good answers to just the bullets there. The tackle is actually cannot be punished by Matera, so you can kind of just throw that out in neutral or in a string because just the far L is just so slow. So it's just one of those things of like once 2B gets a life lead, Matera is going to have difficulty getting in, but if Senpai Spider just rushes down, there's just not really opportunity to punish anything.
Yeah, only -6 on block is the missile, the 214L, so Matera not having an option to really punish it, the 2L2 stoppy. Just again, like as we've known and seen from Senpai Spider time and time again, just playing this super slow. Doesn't feel like they need to commit to too much to anything, but stuck in the corner.
And then just hops out of the corner and just gets out.
Yep.
There's the wire though. Okay, I'll have to say, like you gave the room here for Nekotech to say, hey, cool, I'm not even gonna try to scrap with you. I got a life lead, and that's kind of like pure Senpai Spider playstyle, right? It's like, hey, cool, I can chill, and it's on you to make something happen.
Shout out to Makona coming through with the raid. Great run throughout the bracket. It's a pleasure to watch that UL in action.
Great defense here though from a Spider until it gets hit by 6XL, but nothing afterwards.
Nice run past the Great Fall, able to get the punish afterwards as well.
Double jump to avoid any anti-airs, very nice. I mean, there's so many tools that 2B has to just kind of keep her air momentum different or just hover there, right? Okay, nice challenge. Just a shot on the finisher there on the auto combo.
It's a 2M, not converting into too much damage again, just going for the light pod, the pod A. That is going to be a corner conversion though. Again, not committing too much in terms of damage and resources. Had more than enough to seal out the game right there, but the 5H, the bonk, is going to slice through that first game. Senpai Spider taking it 1-0 so far. We're going to the room. What's Nekotech got in store?
Let's see what plays out here. I mean, Senpai Spider just really full control there. And again, it is tough to be with just like long, hard-hitting buttons that might be slow but hard to advance towards. Her advancing normal with the 5M just being as good as it is, and then all those specials just like keeping that perfect space that she can just kind of chill at. And there's like not any like real great answers to. So, you know, it's tough, right? You have and plus like that's not even factoring the speed that 2B has, having one of the fastest like ground speeds in the game, especially with her holding the 5U.
Yeah, that is a real fast dash off of that the 6U right there. But yeah, Nekotech taking quite a bit of time to consider. I know from what I recall, Nekotech did also have the UL. I haven't actually seen it myself, but I know that that is a character that she has worked on for quite some time. Still unsure of what she wants to go for here.
Yeah, Senpai Spider locked and loaded, ready with the 2B. Continuing on here, one game away. It's gonna be the near. All right, so we are saying, all right, this is you want to bring near to me, I'm gonna bring it right back to you.
And this is actually the first time we've seen Nia today in this bracket, funnily enough.
This is what Senpai Spider does to people.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
All right, game number 2 here is going to be Professor Nekotech going up against Senpai Spider with that 2B and already kind of trading blows. And Nekotech a small lead, but you know we know that Nier's big game is get those hits until those EXs and just erase her life. Here's a chance, gets the throw, but nice tech.
Oh, yeah, and that 2-on-4U, such a devilish, devious move, just difficult to avoid. Crossing through each other right there. Oh, misses the 2 M-Link afterwards.
Second chance. There we go. Misses the shot, and gonna go right into SBA. Very nice damage here. And back in full control. Senpai Spider has all the room in the world to get that and just wait the skill gauge to come back up.
Yeah. Didn't use the 5HHHL to get more skill gauge back in that situation into the SBA, but still, good situation for Senpai and another round on the board. Potential set point.
This is another fun matchup too. I like the kind of dynamics that 2B can bring into the kind of thing here. Having like great normals to kind of challenge the 6XL you'll see from near run up. Misery just trying to catch Senpai Spider playing, but instead full hammer combo, huge damage here, and then all the skill points in the world to make the next big hit. Probably not to almost seal the deal.
Yeah. I like cutting that. I like the decision to cut that combo short, but that big 5H slicing through death and slicing Nekotech out of the bracket. Senpai advancing to loser semis 2-0 with the 2B.
Well done. 2B on board into a solid placement here into that top 4. Really great stuff with Senpai Spider, showing some great versatility, but big ups to Nekotech, making a solid top 8, and, you know, even bringing out like the surprise pick character, doing what they have to do to make it work out. But Senpai Spider was ready, and like you mentioned, move forward. What, you know, another fun thing about that matchup, and it was one of those things as like a 2B player myself, I was like, okay, what characters, like what can I kind of get away with against these characters, especially the really strong ones? Like, how can I deal with them and get around certain things? And I recognize that that tackle, right? It actually goes through missile, right? It goes through, it is not punishable by near. She doesn't have the buttons don't actually work after it. So even like in pressure, just like if you're brave enough to check and not get hit by a DP, right? It's one of those little things, like if I can move forward and have like this jump scare tool, it feels nice to have like things that a character like Nier can't actually answer for on block.
Yeah, it is only, as mentioned before, it is only -6, but it leaves her quite far away. Only some of the longest range far lights can really reach and punish.
Percival.
Yeah. But you know, he's bottom 1 and he sucks. But anyway, 2 characters that most certainly are not bottom 1 that have been incredibly strong throughout for the past 4 or so years. Jita and Belial. Artorius and Kyoku here in the other losers' quarters.
Alright, here we go. Kyoku just scrapping again. This is their element. They love just to play this mid-range and battle it out. But you know, Artorius, not one to be a stranger to danger. Trying to swing against it, but the jump H uncontested once again. And this damage coming through from the SBA is going to be in such a Kyoku in such a great spot.
Yeah, that was an attempt to 2H that JH right there. It was just a little bit too slow from Artorius, unfortunately. Tries to go for either a misimp or a big read right there. And now it's Artorius' chance to answer back to... Oh, no, you're going to die. Are you going to die? Doesn't have Wrecker on deck, so no, I don't think so. But that 2-1-4U is a devilish move. So powerful if you're able to get that proper extension. But Artorius not able to just there.
There's 2 ultimates on deck. Or a Skybound Art. Kyoku has to dig deep and be extra careful here. Although we're at chip. Here we go again, but finds the far heavy.
What a counter poke with that far heavy.
Oh my goodness. Just that perfect spot to hit into the full EX and just stealing that round back from what was almost assuredly Kyoku's.
Yeah. You know, Jita likes to put on this facade of being a pure, honest, well-rounded character, but then sometimes you see that 2-1-4U, that Vorpal blade come out against a cornered opponent, and you watch the health bar melt away in explosive fashion, and you realize that this young girl has some destructive power up her sleeve.
And there's a full display on here, right? She's putting everything on the board, not one to shy away from showing her full power, and that's just big damage here into another little setup, but Kyoku finds a small hit, didn't get the full combo here, but it's about making a statement and getting some momentum. Okay. And, oh no, try to scramble, but Artorius too far away, baits the DP, takes the first game, and Artorius Cheetah, another game on the board, as, again, you know, they lost in the winner's side, and that was because they were playing Cheetah all throughout, but they're getting their bearings, and really that experience is paying off right here.
Lovely delay mash right there from Kyoku, not wanting to take a throw. DP this time to reverse the situation.
Ooh, nice. Check with that 2M. But guess who's knocking? Gonna find a hit. Kyoku, a madman. Reversal SBA. Gets a hit, gets a brave point, but oh boy.
And I'm not sure that would have worked had Artorius gone for a close light there if they were able to, instead of the 2L. But of course, Kyoku able to sniff it out and take the round as a result.
Yeah, finds out Asmodeus, gets a little something going, and hey, it's like Las Vegas. Sometimes the gamble pays off, you get good reward, and other times you're in this corner, getting diced up, your wallet's getting empty out as your life is starting to diminish, and Artorius has everything going for them unless they mess their meaty.
This time the meaty, and again, just Kyoku making use of that delayed 2L, the delayed button press, in order to contest Artorius' offense.
Oh, what a backdash. Not something you see too often, one thing that really only beats out throws, but Artorius with a good read on it, finds the counter hit, that should be the round.
Once again extending, they dropped this last time, but not going to drop it this time, and that is going to be one round apiece. Artorius now set point.
I kind of like doing that because like it saved us. It might have been a little longer with the super because of the full animation. So it's like, nah, people got stuff to do tonight. It's still Wednesday.
That is true. Them just pressing their far lights, just trying to contest that mid range.
Nice. Asmodeus confirmed. Pulse heavy as well, just some more pressure, and that's the first brave counter. But the 6-6L once more, and Artorius just coasting to the corner here. Doesn't get the wall bounce though.
Very, very close though, considering where that started.
One of the few things that they tuned about her that you can see, oh, the far L. Second SBA just coming on defense, and it works out for Kyoku, who's going to get the life lead from it. And that's just one BP left from Artorius, who needs to find a hit into their own SBA to get that back. And get to the defense.
These delays on defense have been doing so much work for Kyoku throughout this whole set so far. Nice spot. Oh, gets punished!
How nice was it, Virium? How
saw
nice.
The close light come out from Artorius as well. That was the fastest option he could have gone for and still lost the situation. Kyoku now living up the set.
Brave counter's kind of good.
Just kind of, just a little bit.
How would you put it? Brave counters are interesting. Very interesting mechanic.
Interesting indeed. Oh, big punish on the DP this time. Blocked, and that's going to be a lot. Potential cash into the SBA. No, chooses to end with the triple attack instead. Keeping that SBA on deck. That's not a true block string at that range.
Oh, but gets the one hit into super. As Kyoku it was on Kyoku to get offense going, right? So they couldn't really just walk it back and take their time. So Artorius recognizing that, getting the hit on the walk forward and back on match point. Just the little things in the style of the match, and especially how you can really read your opponent once you have that life lead. Artorius closer to the corner, gets the wall bounce, gonna spend our EXs, gonna power up. There it is, level 1.
Charge up that 5U that you're not going to press throughout the entire rest of the set, but, you know.
Hey.
Keep people on their toes. Keep them thinking. Keep them guessing.
A non-reversal super here from Kyoku. Gonna get the damage from it. And again, this is a good spot. Artorius low on BP. Kyoku just needs one good hit here with the resources they have to get the round and go to double match point. That should be it.
Very nice. Keep this nice and simple into the H Asmodeus. Close medium. Final round of the set.
Battle 3.
All right. This is big. Kyoku with the chance to take down last week's champ and the crossover arc champ. They're playing their other character, but Artorius has been a menace so far with them. But Kyoku's been an even bigger menace with the Wild Belial.
Well, not able to pick up after that close heavy, unfortunately. The 2H even, but it's going to get this extension in the corner. Far enough for the 2H version as well. Build up enough for the SBA. Not going to cash out, though.
Oh, not an SBA, but still works out and gets a counter hit. Oh, but too far, but no punish.
Don't get the punish.
Oh, this is wild, Virium. This is getting too spicy. Gets the counter hit. Oh, here we go.
And I think if there's an opportunity where you use your SBA, I think this is the one. Yep, drain that BP, get that BP back. And now suddenly, Kyoku stuck in the corner. 1 BP to his name. It's a safe jump.
All right, Kyoku waiting in the wings. Has a sliver of a chance here. Try to get the frame trap, gets pushed back. Oh, but a good, needed that quick tech. Oh, put the hand away. Slices right through the whiff 2L. And Artorius makes it through and eliminates Kyoku. Evil Kyoku. Evil has been defeated as Jita moves forward and is going to have a date with Senpai Spider in the losers semifinals.
And throughout that whole set, you know, as I mentioned before, we saw Kyoku relying a lot on those delay buttons, those delayed 2Ls, those delayed DPs, and right at the end when it mattered the most, Artorius goes for the shimmy and the option to beat out the delayed 2L afterwards with punishing with the close heavy. Beautiful stuff to Artorius, keeping that at the back pocket right at the end. Thank you very much, Boston Blue Beat, for the raid. We are closing in on losers semis. We just had an exciting losers quarter set between Artorius and Kyoku. So then the loser semi set is going to be between Artorius and Senpai Spider. Once again, the matcherino, only 3 codes left, and we are almost a third of the way to the top 4 payout. I know you guys want to see our players eat. You want to see them succeed. You want to see them achieve, and you can do that right now if you claim those codes.
Yeah, and also big ups again to Dr. Sauce with their big direct contribution. And direct contributions always appreciated. We're, you know, love to get to that top 4 payout and get everyone a little something for making it, our last players here, a little something for making it this far in the bracket, as we'll be moving to our winners finals in just a moment with Luna versus Sin. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to ask, because of course we have our great special guest here, Virium, who is staying up late for us, you know, what can we look forward to from like the EU scene, or maybe if people are interested, what can they watch to get a taste?
So we have weekly events pretty much every day. On Mondays, we do our weekly exhibitions, first to fives between players of various skill levels. Our lovely organizers, Toast and Viva, try to match up players of equivalent skill levels. So you have everything from beginners to like established top level players in the scene doing these weeklies on hardedge_org. You've got the Promenade series. They've been slowing down. Cake has been making them, I believe, bi-weekly now. They happen, those events. You've got the ballroom events on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as Promenade on the weekends. There's a lot going on in the UK scene, and a lot of great Granblue, a lot of great players. In terms of offline events, I believe, obviously we had Outplayed fairly recently. And, you know, we've got upcoming events such as the Mix-Up in France, we've got UFA, we've got Brussels Challenge, all sorts of stuff. Versus Fighting will most likely have Granblue as well. Lots of stuff on the horizon for you European Granblue, so, you know, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, this is my call to all those who may not already be doing so. Watch international Granblue, watch international fighting games. Rollback has really opened the door for countless countries and regions to really be able to play and get they deserve the shine for their hard work, just like we get here or in Japan or, you know, the other parts of, you know, some of the places in Europe who have always been like considered like the heavy hitters, right? So just really enjoy, if you love Granblue and you want to see some of the cool stuff and you get to know who you can look forward to at these bigger international events, you know, check all that out and just, you know, bring the community together. That's one of the biggest thing. If you can travel to an event, cool, but just watching and supporting is a big part of it.
True.
And this is like, you know, this is our Tower of Babel. it's bringing everybody together in ways we never thought possible.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's really the future of the game as a result is incredibly exciting. You know, regardless of maybe players' thoughts to the game itself, the potential for the community growth is so exciting to see. You know, having all of these events and the potential for the future is exactly what I think it's what people really wanted. You know, so many great bonds and relationships have been forged in the previous game, and those can carry on to the new game, and new ones can be forged as well. So, you know, there's plenty to look forward to within the community itself.
Well, and now we're going to look forward to this winners finals match. We're getting off our soapbox, so we get the action locked and loaded and ready to go as Lunar and Sin are ready for this 3 out of 5 set. Cagliostro versus Zoe. Are you ready, Virium?
I am most certainly ready. As we mentioned before, Sin has been on a real hot streak, but Luna has been playing fantastically as well, making adjustments throughout the sets that they've been playing on stream. And, you know, we can see that versus Sin, definitely, especially in that 3 to 5 format. We may see a pretty close back and forth set between these two.
All right, intro's rocking. And again, we're just going to let it roll through. High profile match here between both players. They've definitely faced off against each other. I think Sin does have the record lead in the match, but let's see if Lunar can make a big win in their favor and get to that winners finals. Here we go.
Start, of course, with that classic, the Far H from Cagliostro, one of the best Far H's in the game. Still incredibly strong in this game. Good to you to interrupt the dragon. Ooh, big frame trap with the close heavy right there, and that's going to be a... No, not a full extension Yoki, and that is now Luna's turn to deal some damage.
Nice. Good mid-screen stuff there, too, without having to spend too much resources. If Luna could find another hit here, it could be really, really devastating, especially because Sin is getting closer to this corner, but this is a Sin with full meter, doesn't bait the reversal, though.
Just holding block, to respect the trap. Ooh, count hit. Got the conversion, though, not there. Tries to mash, but... quite in the right position. Oh, no, the DP!
It's the hit! Can just spend the resources here to try to finish the job. One more Raging Strike, Raging Chain. What do? EX not enough.
And now Sin at chip point. Lovely spot dodge. That's with the overhead. Oh, but the spot dodge is caught by the JH.
I love that. Anticipating maybe the spike or any other form like the hula hoop just to get that extra bit of chip to jump forward. Great read on Lunar's part. Gets game one. It gets round one. That's just the first round.
Yep. And the thing is, I think Sin could have probably got the KO at the end there. They got a bit like in their own head. They wanted to go for the close medium 2-on-4, but then they kind of swapped to the Raging Strike route. But now Sin looking real strong, real in control in this round. Doesn't have any Dragon Meter, and the trap catching the 6-6H. Not quite the right spacing.
What an escape. That was a very brave ultimate skill. Even with a life lead like that, you can throw it away easily, especially with Lunar scheming with an SSBA. But, oh, that worked so well. It was a counter hit from that distance, a 6-6L. Just enough hit stun to make sure that 2M converted. And the awareness from both these players is absolutely stellar. And now we're just going to see who takes game one here. It's been a long, hard-fought battle, and it's not even a point on the board.
Ooh, cross up a little bit ambiguous there. Luna going to take full advantage. Oh, tricky with the trap. Good stuff right there. Gonna build the meter, not just yet. Blocks the 6-6M, knows to punish as well. Good stuff from Sin.
I like the idea. Lunar hadn't used that just set yet. That was the first one in game one. And now Sin with the lead here. And all the Dragon Gauge in the world. What a run under.
I think that was intended to be a DP, but got the side switch, throwing off the 2-on-4 instead.
Oh, and then the 6-6H finds a confirm. One of the rare 6-6Hs that launches and has a hit of armor, which can be very useful, even if it is punishable.
Yeah, very strong against characters that like their zoning, especially. You've got to hold that because you blocked the first hit.
Trying it here.
Going for the spear, gets the side switch as well. No, just goes for the teleport.
I like that idea behind it, right? Could have went for the air one to try and maybe ban on a throw, but Sin's patience has been outstanding. Finds a conversion, has the meter here. Lunar has to be careful not to let open any gaps.
Right. Be patient again on defense, just slowly whittling away at Cagliostro's life. No dragon meter though on the side of Zoe. Is that all the trade? No, not even a trade. It was now a punish.
But it was just so far away, only a scant bit of damage. And now Lunar gets hit. No! Oh, that dragon, if it would have connected, but the sandwich Virium. How do you like your sandwiches? Toasted, white bread, whichever way. Sin snuck that game in and got the round.
Another great pickup from the H Dragon from near full screen. Sin now establishing that control, but a good 2U. That 2U has been so crucial to Luna throughout a lot of these sets. It's such a fantastic button for Cagliostro. Devilish plus frames now. Dragon Meter, run drive, the bait on the BP, the brave counter, and look at that health bar melting away. Sin now up 2-0.
And that Thunder, again, we talked about it early today. Being able to bait out, you know, either brave counters or the wake-up throws or just throws in general and cashing out. There's the overhead. There's the pressure. Sin, there's no more like back and forth anymore, right? Sin is just, you know, in full control here, has the driver's seat, either, you know, left side or right side, depending on where you're from. It doesn't matter. Sin is there.
Off the spear, there comes the Ultimate Dragon from full screen, able to get the punish. And again, that 2U. All the way to the corner, not quite the wall bounce though. Oh, but that most certainly is going to be the wall bounce, and that's going to be the round for Luna.
Give me the wheel. I like it. Don't go down so easily. Get those rounds on the board. Get some games up there. No one wants to see a 3-0, even if it's close, though.
That is punishable, not by a 9-frame button like the Cagliostro. I believe it's -8. So you want to go 9-frame button. Count it, conversion, the classic, the double dragon.
Billy and Jimmy coming out. The reversal. Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, that is not actually minus enough to go for a Raging Strike punish. It is, you can get something like a 6-6H, but the Raging Strike is a little bit too slow. It's like -24.
Oh,
but that is definitely going to be a punish. And Sin now 1 round away from stamping their card into winner's side grand finals.
All right, immediately going for the DP just to skip some neutral, get up close and personal. Oh, the teleport not even good enough. Almost had the pickup with the 6-6H, but teleports out. We're getting real scrambly here. It's a violent fight between these two players as Lunar just wants a round on the board.
Again, that JL is such a deceptively large hitbox on that move, and Sin struggling to anti-air it properly. Good tech on the throw.
Counter hit, okay. But Hail Mary. That's all Sin needs to get going. Goes for the throw. Nice bait from Lunar, but you're in a scary position here.
Very scary indeed. No dragon meter, very limited resources. Doesn't have the 100 meter yet, but now is Sin's chance to potentially take the set here if he finds the right opening. But the run-up DP from Luna to take the game.
I just dare you to throw to press a button. I don't even go for the teleport here. We're fully involved. What a call out, and that's the kind of play that you got to do to get yourself back in the game. Now Lunar with 1 game on the board, needs 2 more though to get the reverse sweep, but Sin already has Lunar in the corner.
That time, oh, the DP is gonna, no, not gonna get a punish. That is one of those kind of more awkward DPs to punish at times. Whoa. Finally getting that anti-air that he's been looking for this whole time.
Close heavy too, gonna lead to big damage. Didn't get anything more from it, but at least hits up. I wouldn't say insurmountable life lead, but it's adding up. There's the unblock. Nice hit with Ultimate Dragon, and now Sin can just play whatever game they want right now.
Nice, good block on the 6-6M. Again, that is punishable.
That was just stellar. Every little thing there. Sin's awareness, as always, is just showcasing the strength of the character. Powers through the trap by using 6-6H, but Lunar does find the first big hit and has Sin under pressure until he finds a hit out.
Catch the backdash with the J Thunder, Air Thunder. No punish on the.
No.
Need to get the throw. What a whiff punish!
With punishing to you, give this man Sin the trophy now.
What a
Oh, the
spot dodge on the
dodge!
Brave counter. Honestly, it's deserved after that superb play. Sin advancing to winner's side grand finals.
Zoe, man. This is the Zoe. Just, again, Sin once more showcasing just the strengths of themselves. Piloting this character to just big effectiveness. Finding great whiff punishes. Always putting themselves in these great scenarios and making like big damage plays and comebacks happen. And just knowing when to challenge. I mean, that's always a big thing too, is recognizing when they can take their turn or is where they can get those like perfect punishes. It's just been everything working right because Sin makes it so.
Yeah, Sin on it. Sin played that beautifully throughout that whole set, and you know that set was the first game that Sin had lost throughout the entire bracket. That first game to Luna, literally the only game that they've lost so far, and now they're sitting on winner's side grands. Real comfy, got a set to play with, but they may not even need it with how well they're playing. But you know, let us not count out any of our remaining competitors. We've got Artorius versus Senpai Spider coming up next. The Vegeta versus the 2B.
And big ups to Artorius sticking to it. At any moment, there could be a Siegfried jump scare, but you know, I don't think Artorius is the kind of person. This week is their Vegeta week, like how Wavy has like their Vero weeks, right? So it's very exciting to see, as this is our final 2 out of 3 match of the night in loser semis to see who will face off against the one and only Lunar.
Those that's 236L, the bullets, the pod A is not very plus on hit. I think it's actually 0. I know it's -4 on block, so you know, you don't get much advantage for hitting the move. It's just for stability, and as a result, Artorius taking the turn and dealing all that damage. One hit away from death now, Senpai Spider.
All right, nice shot here. And again, it's a tough spot. You have Mirage available, but it's still a risk to throw it out there. And those slow buttons from 2B, a danger as well. Nice brave counter on the double jump. Uses the dash cancel and uses up some skill points just to get some spacing, get some pressure, but... Oh, there's the Mirage. Finds the hit.
But again, like Artorius has BP to spare. I need to work with. Oh, uses the gravity well to get out the corner, but unfortunately not able to capitalize. Artorius taking that first round.
Yeah, heavy into light. On block, that is always pretty punishable, even you hit it before it comes out. If they try to charge it, even with the charge, right? You gotta be really mindful just to use that on hit.
Big whiff punish, but again, like Senpai not really capitalizing on that massive 5H. That could lead into a full combo. Here we go. This time, going to take it as far as possible. You got the corner.
Hey, got the skill back too, but then 2M right into EX, resetting back to mid-screen. Senpai though, brave counter out, 2-2A. Oh, what a jump.
Huge jump in. It's going to be a full corner combo. Get that BP back. Drain Senpai down to none.
All right. 50-50. Is Senpai Spider going to wake up Mirage? Or are they going to hold it and try to get it going? Because this is still a chip out for Artorius if they're not careful.
Yep. What a jump!
No!
A little bit too greedy with the gravity well, and that is going to be 1-0 for Artorius.
Oh, the walk back was so perfectly timed there on the wake up. So avoiding the Mirage, doesn't want to get hit by any kind of chip damage. And then you just see Senpai Spider like, okay, I'm going one step ahead. Check this out. You're gonna walk back. Let me just bring you towards me so you can't escape. But you know, not using like 2-2M may have been like the funnier call because that's the one that actually would have pulled in.
Yeah, that's the actual gravity well. The 2-2U is the bomb. Excuse me. All right, now back to the tried and true, using the Matera. looking already significantly more comfortable.
All right, trading back and forth, back at this nice space. I mean, Senpai Spider again. This is a matchup that they are more than familiar with, time and time again, having played it constantly in vanilla, and then just, you know, obviously playing Matera throughout Rising, trying to be ready for what shenanigans Artorius may have, and Artorius so far just not being able to inch forward even a little bit.
Yep. I'd like to see a reaction SBA against any of those arrows, but unfortunately not going to happen that round. The perfect coming from Senpai Spider. Desperately needed that to establish momentum.
Okay, looking from off the jump. Ooh, getting cute. Both players showing a lot of respect between each other. Although Senpai Spider just in their happy place right now and just throwing those arrows out willy-nilly.
.6XM this time coming out, but Senpai Spider not allowing any offense to get mounted, immediately DPing. Oh, but who cares when you can run through the fireballs, run through the arrows, and just get your hit into the corner.
All right.
Suddenly, after having so much control, Senpai Spider now having to deal with all this damage from Jita.
And then just more pressure here. The back step, maybe baiting out a throw, but Senpai Spider's defense too strong. Hard to pull a fast one on them. Out of the corner they go, and Senpai Spider one hit away. Ooh, forces out a Brave counter.
Big for Senpai Spider right there. In spite of everything that's happened, Senpai Spider maintaining a lead so far. The youth fireball, not too frequent an option you see from Jita, but worked out. Unfortunately, not respecting that DP once again.
Oh man, what a bet as Senpai Spider, just to tie things up 1-1. Now to our final game between these two. That was a scary proposition, but hey, if it works, it works. Now, one game away to see who gets out of losers finals. First hit going to Artorius. Nice crouch confirm and all the way to the corner. Gets the wall bounce too, but Senpai Spider not expecting to get reset there.
I'm gonna build the 100 meter as well. Goes heavy into SBA. Forever glad that they made this SBA faster. It was so long in base. You score it all the time.
No one was trying to see every summon weapon. Like, we know it, we got it.
Yep.
You're a whale, it's okay.
Ooh, but a great catch from Senpai Spider. And look at all that damage that's now mounting on to Artorius and the singular BP as well.
And this is good. I mean, look at all the space as well that Senpai Spider has now.
Yep.
Mid-screen and then some to walk it back. Yeah, they don't have the meters, so have to be careful. As soon as Artorius has 50 bar, there's an ultimate fireball waiting. Oh no! Jumped right into the arrow, took it to the shin. And Senpai Spider on max point with Artorius. Try to get a big jump, but just not in the cards. Okay. Moves on in.
Towards the end of that round, just tried to close the gap, but again, you had the meter advantage. There was a lot that you could work with there. Artorius off to a good start this round. No, never mind. Oh, tries to go for the second 2H to get the follow-up.
Another shot here. Senpai Spider losing the lead though in the corner. Getting hit, but no confirm. Was out of the skills. But at the very least, Artorius gets to pick up with the meter here. Should be able to close it out.
Yep. Counter hit confirm off the 6XL, leading to all of that. Great awareness of his resources, Artorius right there. And now, final round. We've been seeing a lot of final round sets, it feels like.
I love it. Again, this is, you know, everyone's evenly matched, bringing out their unique characters and just... Oh, adapting punishes the roll. Just gets some evasion again. That's the second time. And towards anticipating an arrow, it's just not working out and taking free damage to Senpai Spider with a huge lead here.
And Senpai Spider, you being a lot more liberal with the hops, just picking up the pace a lot more, being a lot more aggressive on offense. And now look at this lead, and that is going to do it. Senpai Spider advancing to losers finals.
Well, there we go. Matera top 3 with a little 2B on the side. But Artorius, our two-time champ offline and online, has been dethroned. So we'll have a new winner this week at WASD. And it's going to be either between Sin, Lunar, or Senpai Spider.
That it will. And honestly, I really like, of course, Senpai Spider predominantly plays the game at a very kind of slow, methodical pace, but particularly towards the latter parts of the sets, we see them inject that faster paced gameplay, the more aggressive style where they're using the hops more liberally, trying to kind of keep the opponent pinned down, and it's been working really, really beautifully throughout these sets. Let's see if they're able to do it this time against Luna.
Yeah, let's see. We're back to the 3 out of 5 territory. Losers final side. Winner of this match faces off against Sin and the Zoe in the grand finals. But it's going to be interesting between both, as we know, in that winner side, right? It was a little bit
well, that was Luna versus
Nekotech. Yeah, within the winner side, right? We saw like how well Lunar handled the matchup. So knowing that what they can do to really take it to Senpai Spider. But again, Senpai Spider, again, you mentioned how the Materas are very different, so very different style than Nekotech. But I think that's always a little bit of confidence that you can bring into that once you've already beaten a character in this late in the bracket. And okay, 2B, never mind. Matera's going to be put on reserve.
There's a grapple and there's a punish as well. Again, not going to commit too much in the way of the skill, just going for the pod A.
Alright, doesn't jump quite out, but gets the 5A. That's a start. Lights that up. Gonna try to get this damage and go to the corner carry using the hammer. Getting that sweet spot with the bounce. And swing and a miss. Nice jump from Lunar.
Oh, the counter hit right there. A little bit too overzealous. I think Senpai Spider is able to get the KO just yet.
Oh, but the dodge on Wake Up actually makes it so the bomb hits. Normally very kind of slow on startup, but that dodge was just a little ill-timed. And Senpai Spider takes that round.
Again, the grapple well-timed. The wire just able to get past Luna trying to set up some traps.
Ooh, 2H.
2H.
It's really scary too, because 2H with even on a non-counter hit with the Raging Strike could be big, but a small opportunity from Senpai Spider not capitalized on. Uses the Mirage though and gets out of the corner.
Yep. Nice challenge right there. A little bit too far to get much more. Doesn't have too much skill, just letting it regenerate slowly.
Okay, Laser, nice dodge. And then the whiff cancel on the 5 heavy, getting jumped on. Nice, Lunar gets a full confirm and a full punish into the trap. Hard knockdown, and now let's see what they can do with the trap behind.
Nothing. The throw is going to interrupt anything that Luna had in mind. There comes the bombs once again. Blocks the Brave counter, but the Brave counter bait is going to take Senpai's life and get Luna the round.
Ooh, almost a close one. Senpai Spider almost had that game one within reach, but Lunar answering back, getting some momentum on the board, and just wants to get these wins and maybe bring out the Matera. Okay, avoiding the chains and the beams. Yeah, just not letting any free chip damage, but the 2H comes through, and on counter hit, yeah, linking the 5 heavy with the hammer. Massive damage, some of the best mid-screen anti-air damage you'll see, especially when she has her skill gauge.
Chooses to go for the light ender instead of the medium one. Medium one, of course, gives more damage and the knockdown in front, but just wanted to get Luna in the corner and create that space. Lovely jump in into the hammer, of course. Get that corner carry, get that skill back, and apply that pressure.
Okay, delay throw. Nice walk back, and again, Senpai Spider in their element, punishing the teleport. I love it. We see it so often, right? Where Senpai will get the life lead and just be like, okay, I'm out of here. Bye. Try something.
Yep. Just wanting to create that space so it's easier for them to react and play at the speed that they want to. Senpai Spider looking good so far. Nice catch with the 5M.
Not really spending much skills there on the hit. Nice fuzzy mash.
As we mentioned before, that is exactly what you want to be doing against 2B in that situation. Backing off.
That's a full bar 2B. Okay, half of it's spent already, and a counter hit air to air. Oh,
drops
no.
out of the U Alexandra, but it doesn't matter. Still able to get a big pickup nonetheless, and gets counter as well. Tries to challenge, and Luna taking the round.
Getting a little too zesty, a little too fresh. Yeah, you got a game on the board and a lead there, but you got to be careful because Luna will take everything. Oh, man, the triple whiff cancel. Almost fully confirmed. Senpai Spider didn't go all the way in, but this time, a small knockdown into that far heavy range. Or sorry, just into heavy range.
Big 2H once again, but quite in range to get the capitalization. There we go. This time the wire working. Lost that time because they got the connection.
Letting Senpai Spider feeling confident, right? Being able to fully charge the home run swing. Oh, but nice pressure here from Lunar. Goes for a throw. Nice tech. But the corner is still his to control. Oh no!
Oh.
Jump out. That's it.
Not ready for the cross up there. Keeping it nice and simple as Senpai Spider.
Pod! Take the shot. Nicely done. On the board. Looking to go up 2-0 here, but Lunar, though, still opportunity to tie things up here. Nothing too crazy. Just have to be careful. Avoid these lasers. Avoid the chains. Nice at the start.
Rising pressure. Varying the timing of those close lights, but Senpai getting out.
Okay, just waiting again. There's the ultimate beam. Just patience here. Ultimate beam will lead to a full combo because you can combo that chain afterwards if you hit it in neutral. But the run up, very nice. Yeah, if you do 6U.
To get that cancel.
Sorry.
That 2H went through her legs, Raph.
She is a little last, so I mean, I can understand. Oh, nice blocks, but never mind. We ain't blocking anymore. We are scrambling. We're making breakfast.
Yep. Sure to get that corner carry, capitalize on the damage as best as they can. Goes for the bomb to apply that pressure. The BP.
Okay.
The Brave counter leading into that sequence to get Luna on the board. 1-1.
Believe in victory. Battle.
I like it. I mean, both players, no one won to scrap here, but Lunar matching that pace as Senpai Spider, who's usually kind of turns it off or on, depending on what they feel is best, but Lunar really ready for it, as they're now inching forward themselves, finds the first hit, not close enough to the corner for the ball bounce, but at least, you know, ramping up damage until... Ouch. See, it's a little thing, it's like, in those situations, 2B is unique. She can dash cancel her 2U, or 2H. So on counter hit, you can actually move forward and get like a bigger sequence there.
Yep.
I'd like to see that from Senpai Spider to get maximize the damage, but still, I mean, you are converting something off there and making it count. Now has the lead.
Again, good dodge on the grapple.
Oh, swing and a hit, the home run.
Gets the wall bounce as well. That is one of those moves that wall bounces regardless of screen position. By just walking back, takes that with punish, keeps it nice and simple. And uses the Mirage to catch the punish as well. Excellent decision right there from Senpai Spider.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Just like right outside the range of the ultimate and just catching the landing.
That's the 2L. Gonna get the corner extension as well. Oh no, not able to get that afterwards, but the punish with the 5U and the big 5H as well. This is going to be quite a lot of damage. Doesn't have the skill to capitalize too much further though.
Yeah, that's fine though. Damage is where it counts. And now we're just going into this clash war that should be the round of Senpai Spider with one of the first perfects we see tonight. And 2B on the road to grand finals. One more win, one more game can put Senpai Spider versus the one and only Sin.
Full combo right there, the 5 MMMH. Right there. Finally, it feels like Luna's really been struggling in the full screen just to kind of get a big win. Again, that 2H has been doing so much work for Senpai Spider, even with these missed combos. The spot dodge to bait out the bomb, to bait out the spot dodge. Look at all that damage Senpai Spider's getting from that distance.
All right, back steps again. This is Senpai Spider's MO. And then you push me into 5M range. That sucks. The spike just inching 2B forward to start swinging, and now we're at match point.
Good punish on the 5mm, but not too much off of it, unfortunately.
No.
Again, these 2Hs have just been so good from Senpai Spider. You know that this is a Matera player right here with those anti-airs.
Absolutely. Lunar's just trying to rush in. It's been these like jumps and run-ups that have just been getting diced either by those 2Hs or those 5Ms. Yep, there's no range that Lunar can get into that's safe.
And again, just using that bomb to try to bait out the spot dodge. Able to actually block in time this time. The teleport beating the Mirage, and now Luna has a chance.
Okay, Tech avoids the trap with the jump, and just Senpai Spider going in. One more hit.
And that is going to be the hit. The big 5H to slice past the far heavy of Luna, and that is going to be Senpai Spider advancing to the loser side of Grand Finals.
Man, Senpai Spider 2B just swinging hard and just, you know, Lunar like uncharacteristically just really like, you could see like maybe some frustration or just getting caught out, just trying to maybe match that pace. So it's always kind of hard to see, like running into the normals, and just the fact that, you know, 2B has pretty much has buttons that she just wants you to run into. Like they're all mids, but like the way they hit is frustrating when they just hit you at those ranges, because she can, you know, either space it so well or just whiff cancel them. It's annoying, but at the same time, it's just like it's her unique flavor she brings to Granblue.
Yeah, it's especially the 5M, because the 5M obviously advances while covering so much space. You know, it can be difficult to play at spacings where you can actually whiff punish the move, but it is worth noting that, of course, that if she does commit to her whiff cancel, she's in counter hit state that entire time, and the hurt boxes are very exposed, so you can potentially, if they don't get them on block. However, if they do, which is a lot of what 2Bs are aiming for, they can, you know, start their offense, create mix-up situations, etc., and go from there. So it can be difficult, but Senpai seemingly swapping to the Matera for this Grand Finals set 1 against Sin's Zoe.
And there's still plenty of time. We have a Grand Finals to hit up that matcherino. And really just, we have no more codes, so we direct donations if you are so able to do, and get these players paid $43 in the bank with a little 6-cent sprinkled on top. But you can check it out there. Every WASD tournament comes equipped with a matcherino to help the players get a little something for their time spent. So thank you all for using up those codes, though. Big appreciation.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so without further ado, I think our players are ready. The people at home are ready. I know we're ready, aren't we, Rav?
Oh, we're more than ready. I know you're ready to go to bed.
It's 3 a.m. It's normal hours. Anyway, Grand Finals. Sin versus Senpai Spider. Of course, Senpai Spider needing to win 2 sets. Sin only needing to win 1.
Absolutely. But it means Sin is a player that has only lost 1 game at this point. This entire bracket, and that was to Lunar. Yep. So right now, they are in full confidence mode, even if they've been chilling. And we also have like the most chill song for this Grand Finals. Where's the tension? Maybe a little bit later.
Second Advent. Lovely track, but
I mean, every game is gotta have like, you know,
in the game.
Gotta have like a birthday train, right? Not that this is quite birthday train, but you know.
Tries to punish the arrow.
Nice anti-air.
Yep, that 6-6H is going to be very crucial in this matchup. Just being able to kind of bulldoze her way through those arrows at mid-range. Like, great challenge from Senpai, though.
Ooh, Ultimate Dragon gets blocked, though. Nice. Senpai Spider just not overcommitting. Has their life lead, is comfortable in this spot. And, ooh, Ultimate Arrows right back. Sin's going to have all this bar to work with, but is getting low on Dragon Gauge.
Yep. Very nice. And again, this is kind of one of those opportunities where actually the Ultimate Dragon can come into play. It may not even come into play here. This is set up. Face the DP.
Senpai Spider had 1 shot, but Bullseye was not what they hit today, as Sin steals that away. Despite all that time spent at almost full screen. Oh, muscles through. There's the 6-6H again, just destroying the neutral and getting a corner position already here. The full combo. Goodness.
Look at all this damage. Gets the double as well. Sets up for the lightning. Goes for the high. Gets the frame trap. And that is going to be a perfect from Sin. Dissecting Senpai Spider in that first game.
And that's all. It just started from that round start. Everything from game one was such a story written craftedly. And then it was just like round two was just like, hey, ChatGPT, give me a quick tale. As now Sin is just continuing on this pressure.
Count hit right there. Not able to get the dragon off, but there's the U-Dragon, another tool that Zoe has in her arsenal. Uses the 668 to get past the U-Arrow, but it is going to lead to a punish in the corner.
It's comical to use in this matchup. Sin again just using health as a resource, which, effective way of fighting Matera until you get clipped like this.
That's a huge punish on that spot dodge. Now one hit away as Senpai from taking this round. Backs off as one would expect. But the punish, good stuff. Good awareness from Senpai Spider. That is, of course, -8. So the 2M is enough.
Battle 2. Engage.
Right, it all starts with a round. Little bit to get going here, as now Senpai Spider already in the corner, and what a DP into the walk back. Oh no, this damage, Virium.
Oh, it's so high and sets up into the EX Lightning as well. Tries to bait out a Brave counter, gets all that Dragon meter back. The Dragon is still on cooldown. I like the jump decision right there. The way that Sin is varying up this pressure so far is so good, and that's going to be the KO into SBA.
Again, just Sin knowing you cannot give a player like Senpai Spider any room to maneuver. You got to get him in the corner early, and you got to just run the onslaught using all of your resources as hard as you can. And it is just working out whenever able to get the chance. And already round start, backdash from Senpai Spider manages to get a hit here, push Sin back a little bit, but it's still a tricky spot.
Ooh, the 668 not actually armoring through now, and so Senpai actually able to intercept Sin in these instances. Lovely
And Sin said,
638.
intercept this. Oh, a big punish.
Yep. Going for the maximum corner carry, close MM. Gets the double spinning slash.
Overhead, nice block. But the
Spot
Brave
dodge.
counter, that was tough. No punish on it, of course, because slow recovery, but it's a healthy resource all gone. And now, one more hit from Sin will do. Oh, stuffs the dragon. That was so dangerous.
Stuffs it with the U arrow. Nice use of the 623H to get those plus frames, but there's the 66H again, and now Sin up 2-0.
Again, 668. There's such a differentiator. Once you think you have that, you have room to challenge and stop her, right? And it's just like, okay, she's close, but not close enough that she can just swing at me, but it doesn't matter. You put the shield up and you just rushing right in. And it's just, again, Sin choosing these options so quickly and effectively in the moment and making it work.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Doing a superb job. And honestly, like that 66H especially, just it kind of has this sort of added momentum against these projectiles. Lovely use of the 5U from Senpai Spider right there, but there's another 66H, another one to catch out Senpai trying to press.
You got the big range, right? And that's a big treat for Sin to feast on. Mirage comes out though. Nice just double jump, clears the hurdle, and gets back to mid-screen. Ooh, dangerous. It's just been blocking this whole way through to the corner. That was literally just blocking bits and pieces from like further than mid-screen all the way back in. As Sin's just, again, Senpai Spider is just being really shut down, not really sure how to approach. Even on offense, right?
Punish.
They're just putting themselves in the corner. It's rough.
Oh no capitalization afterwards. Giving Senpai an inch. Don't let him take the mile.
So this H? Okay, just lightning down. Ah.
Sniped out before the laser could come out, and now Sin 1 round away from taking Grand Finals.
A confident DP at round start, although there's the 5M. There's a small hit into 2-2A. Light frame advantage, but missed time to throw, and Sin gets advantage for it. Okay, double dragon.
Dragons. Lovely interruption. is, of course, a pretty sizable gap for the 236M, and that's been working quite a bit for Senpai. The use of the bomb to catch spot dodge, people being preemptive.
Didn't want to use anything more resource-wise. No anti-air on the DP. You gotta really be ready for those. Although there's whiff 5 heavy slash. I say heavy slash, but 5 heavy into each other. Senpai Spider has a round on the board, but is still far away from getting a game. Although, medium hits.
Hesitating on that whiff punish. A nice use of the aerial H Thunder.
1-2. In the corner you go. This is where Sin has thrived. Nice challenge. Gets out of the corner, but needs more than that. Grab one. Plus frames, yep. Gotta respect it. In the corner you go, but too far for the crouching M. Home run swing. Try to dash forward in. Good chance for Senpai Spider. Has a lot of resources here, but the 660.
Didn't believe in the hit. Yeah, this pace has definitely shifted more towards something that Senpai Spider feels more favorable. Again, the challenges versus the dragon cancels now working out so well. That is going to punish the whiff. Big counter hit right there as well.
Wicked Bunzo avoids the Brave counter. Senpai Spider, no, gets tagged.
668, but no, doesn't get the final hit. But baits out the Mirage nonetheless to get that final punish. And Sin is going to be your WASD Open Week 15 champion.
Dropping one game their entire run in the bracket, never leaving the winner's side. The Zoe to end all Zoes, Sin. What a well played just amount of matches all throughout. They were on a tear. Their offense, their reads, their adjustments to the character matchups, every little thing just working out so well. And just, oh man, so fun to see a player bring a specialist character into the light and get a big win.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a beautiful kind of exhibition of what Zoe is capable of throughout that entire bracket. As we said, just one game drop throughout the entire bracket, took out some really, really strong competitors on their way here. Coach Steve, Kyoku, Luna, and of course Senpai Spider in grand finals. Very, very nice work from Sin.
But hey, Senpai Spider with a great second place, right? Using a combination of, 2B and Matera, really going back to those, when I watching Granblue before Rising, right? It was always like the Senpai Spider show in those top threes, right? And a little more work to be done in Rising, but they're fighting, if this is them finding their footing and the status quo is being achieved, then I'm all for it. It ain't easy, but Senpai Spider is the kind of player to do it. And then of course Lunar with the third place, really fun there. But a great variety in this top 8 for sure, and a lot of great matches.
Yep, good stuff to all of the competitors. Do we have anything that we want to wrap up with?
Yeah, no, just that these are weekly. We're back on schedule now. As I mentioned earlier, we took last week off because of crossover being pretty much the next day. But yeah, we're back to every week. The last 2 weeks of April, I won't be running them, but I should have a replacement to be running them in my stead. I'm going to be at Evo Japan. And I love you guys, but I'm not going to stream from Japan. So I will have somebody step in and stream them instead of me. But yeah, other than that, the usual uni this Sunday at 5 p.m. Melty next Monday at 8 p.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Do you two have anything you want to shout out before I send them somewhere?
Hey, big thanks for watching all the time. I mean, look forward to whatever next week brings. Go into it with an open mind, because you never know what it is. So don't get your expectations. You can't be disappointed.
He's getting buffed.
He's getting
buffed.
He knows for sure, right? Yeah, he went to Fukuhara-san and said, "Buddy, let me tell you what it's gonna be come April." But no, just keep enjoying Granblue and have a great time. And go ahead, Virium. Anything you got?
Honestly, once again, thank you very much for having me. Allowing me to to burn the midnight oil, have some fun on commentary. Hope everybody at home had an enjoyable time as well. And make sure to support not only, of course, Granblue in general. Make sure to follow Impurest if you guys aren't already. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but yeah, and of course keep an eye on European Granblue as well. hardedge_org on Mondays. Kkatakoi, another person to follow. I forgot to mention, of course, Duncan Yips is another weekly that we do on Thursdays. Nihue, he hosts those, and yeah, it's just of course had to shout out the European Granblue scene. Thank you guys for staying up late alongside me.
It was fun working with you, and thank you for having me, Imp. It was a great time. Just can't get enough of that good Granblue.
Yeah, thank you both for stepping in. I know it was kind of short notice for both of you.
I'm the master of short notice. Don't worry about that. Ask TNS, yeah.
I'm going to send everybody over to Lunar Phase. They're streaming NLBC, and I'll catch most of you probably next week. See ya.
Good night.